happy to be here, bro. Like I'm more like I'm not even mad. I'm just was too excited to be here. You know what I mean? It's like when the coach finally puts you in. Like no, put me in, coach.
Let me shoot, bro.
Let me shoot or shoot. You know what I mean?
What's his name? Mills. He's been wanting to have a podcast with you, him, and Diggs.
Yeah,
we're supposed to do it a couple of times, but I don't know what happened.
Timing. He's got work or me with. Same thing, like
because you work all weekend, you don't even sleep. This was showing me his like weekend schedule, and he literally sleeps for like 3 hours if he even sleeps.
Sick.
I saw 21 hours work, bro.
Yeah, that was straight though. That was after I got my 6 hours of sleep.
So you start working for Uber, and then so you basically how many hours do you work a weekend?
A weekend, all depends if I wake up early or not. So if I wake up at 8, I'll go to like 12. If I wake up, like if I start my shift at 12, I'm not going home till like 2 a.m.
And it's just busy all day.
Yeah.
Palm Springs.
Yeah. We got all the tourism is back. All the tourism is back. So and which is good for the valley, you know. Like I love to see it. Like since COVID, like I get so many rides. People being like, we haven't gone out for a year and a half, and like
damn.
No, and they say that, and they're
now?
like, we come to Palm Springs. I'm like, oh, that's like I get it. But like, how many other people have that same notion? And that's literally why it's so packed right now. And
no, that's how it feels. With are people not afraid anymore? People don't give a fuck.
Vaccination is literally like
just because they got vaccinated.
Pretty much. And even though there's people that haven't got vaccinated, they still just like, oh, well, vaccine. Like literally, vaccine. I feel like it's giving everybody a peace of mind. Even though they like, you should still be wearing.
Well, that's
masks.
what it was. It was a lot of fear, and then with the media just pushing fear all day. So now it's like the optimism.
Because
you got the vaccine, you know that most people have the vaccine already. It's safe. I should be going out, and I haven't even kept up with the numbers. Are they still like super bad? I haven't
for the cases or the vaccine? Cases. I know drop, but like over like internationally, like I forget what country it is, but they're like.
Oh, they're coming back up?
But it's not in the States. Like, it's overseas. I forget where, but there's a country right now, like, they're surging bad, bro. I think it might be India, but I could be misspeaking.
Yeah.
But, like, in the States, I think with the vaccine, everybody's just been, like, not only is it peace of mind, but people are, like, they're not scared of getting it. Like, everybody's like, oh, you got COVID, but we have, like, pretty much a cure.
But so many other people also already had COVID. You know, like, when I first got COVID back in July, that whole time, it was kind of new, you know? Yeah. It's like, oh, shit. Are we going to die? Is this, like, the zombie apocalypse? Everybody knows at least somebody that had it, and I know a lot of people didn't survive, but for the most part, you're not in fear because you already kind of have some experience with it. And even living through this whole time, I don't know if it's a peace of mind or at least more endurance and hope that things are getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. I was getting tested in June, and then I had it back in August. So, like, I quarantined for like a month. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like I got tested the week after I had already had it. I was... what is it called? A bed rest. Mm-hmm. And then literally, like, because when I had it, that's all I could do. Like, I didn't get the loss of smell, loss of taste. Like, I didn't get none of that. I just had headaches. It's like my body wanted to get a fever, but I never did. Like, I checked my temperature. It was never, like, I would feel my head, and it wasn't extremely hot. But then, like, I just couldn't get out of bed. Like, I would get out to shower, brush my teeth, and then go back to sleeping, bro. Damn. Like, that's all I would do.
No, I the same thing with me. Like, I could still smell and taste. Yeah. And then I would just, for the most part, I was just tired. And then I'd be feeling normal. And then out of nowhere, I would have, like, body ache on my shoulders and shit. My shoulders would just hurt. Like problems breathing, going and up and down the stairs. Like I would get gas. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. And then the whole time, like I couldn't even watch TV. Like any even on my phone, I couldn't even be on my phone. All the, I don't know if it's radiation or the glare, it would just hurt my eyes. We would put on like Netflix or YouTube videos and just listen to whatever the fuck. We're watching John Adams because I was watching Hamilton, the musical.
Have you seen play?
It? Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Have you seen it?
No.
You gotta watch.
There's a lot.
Shit,
yeah,
that's just all fire, bro.
So like how you talking about Hamilton stuff? There's so many plays, like, you know, Broadway, like so much. Like Cats, like I've never seen it, but people just, it's such like a part of culture.
Cats sucks, bro. Don't ever watch. Don't ever
okay,
watch
no,
Cats.
I believe you. I believe you, but that was just an
bro.
example.
Have you seen some live? Have you ever been to the live? Like
a theater? No, not since high school. Not since.
Bro, you gotta go. It's fun, bro. It's not like high school. It's like
it's
way. Forget half the fucking lines. But I went to see Wicked from the Wizard of Oz one. Yeah, so Wicked, like that's I guess is a staple. That shit was badass. So we went to San Diego.
Okay, I was gonna ask you where.
I think it was the fall before COVID, so like 2019.
Right before.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I remember I went to Rolling Loud in December, like middle of December, went to Rolling Loud LA, and I actually got super sick from there, bro. I was fucking dying. 2 months later, they just canceled everything. So I haven't been to a concert in forever.
Yeah, same. They're already announcing another Rolling Loud or something. Like, you know, it's on Instagram. Instagram always has a sponsored post, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't really click on them because I'm just like, whatever, you know?
I think it's Rolling Loud Miami.
Miami. Yeah, of course it's Florida.
Miami.
Because it's Florida. No, let's be honest. Florida, not Miami. Florida. Let's just say that.
Hey, Florida, they just let you live, bro. That's people in Florida just living. They don't give a fuck about nothing. They don't even care about themselves.
No, they don't. That's why. So when I was doing Uber, like everybody's like, "Yo, how's it been?" And it was like, you know, I don't know if you saw the videos of the spring break, like in Florida.
Yeah.
Again, because it looked just like last year.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that got me. And you know, they opened the cop car and the guy runs and the cop. I don't know if you saw that, but they all ran with him because they're like, "Oh, let's dip," and then I just seen that in Florida, like they don't care, bro. So all that I feel like trickled down. Like if the people that didn't go to Florida came to Palm Springs, that's what it was like, bro. That's how busy it was.
Oh, it's crazy like that?
Bro, the strip is packed.
So it's not just like old people?
No, the strip is packed, bro. You got bachelorette parties, you got people coming for their weddings and things like that, bro. Like it is jam packed with things. A bunch of Airbnbs, and I didn't know how much an Airbnb costs. Like I stayed at one before, and it was only for a night, and it wasn't too bad. But the amount these people say they're paying, bro,
ridiculous.
I'm like, how? Where? De donde? Like, where?
That's insane, bro.
Like, I'll rent you out my house for so much cheaper, and you could like give me the rest to like spend. You know what I mean?
Bro, I've done a lot of like remodels recently, where it's like people are buying houses that didn't even live here. Like I did a house for this guy who's from Utah. He bought the house without even knowing about it in Indio, right here by on Madison, by the elementary school on Madison.
Going back that way, like
the other
side.
side.
Shields, and then
on the other side. No, over there, by closer to Indio Boulevard.
Okay, got
on
you.
the Madison entrance there.
Got
the house
you.
there, bro. They bought it for like almost $400,000. They never saw it. They just bought it online, and then they flew out here to remodel it. So I ended up doing like the flooring, the stairs and stuff on the floor, and then they freaking just started Airbnb. And then literally like a month later, like less than a month later, he hit me up for another house he bought. Then 2 months later, he hit me up again. He bought 3 houses within like a couple months. And he says he has like 9 houses in Southern California only.
Okay.
So San Bernardino, Riverside, and like the Valley. So like people like that are just buying
and
out of state or from LA, just buying real estate, Airbnb, because they know this place is so hot. So it's crazy, bro.
Yes. I was on that subject alone. Like, there's a lot of people that get in like my car for the Uber, and then like I have people that are like, "Oh, I'm from Sacramento," and they just bought a house out here. Like this dude I picked up on my first month, he was from Sacramento looking for a place in Cat City, and that's where I picked him up. And he's like, "Yeah, you have a business, da da da." And then next one, L.A., like people, Indian Palms Country Club, you know, that's a because it's popular out here. Like a lot of people live there more than people think. Like I never know. Yeah, there's the condos, obviously, apartments and houses in there. So it's like I didn't even know it was that big, bro. So like you got people that are moving in there from LA, like everywhere you can think of. Like I'm telling like, oh, I just moved here from like out of state, like Alabama. Like it's crazy.
I've met a lot of people like that too. Canadians are buying here. They're like, nah, we're just gonna buy it here. We love it here because it's not cold. And then
I feel like that's common though, Canadians, because like I feel like I know it doesn't just apply to them, but like snowbirds, that's who I think of is like Canadians, and like a lot of people from Seattle come out.
Washington,
here.
bro.
Washington's a big
Oregon,
one.
Washington,
There's a big one. Both those, and shout out to both those states though, because like I talk to these people in my car when I'm doing Uber, bro. They're all down to earth. Most of them.
I love people from Washington.
Yes, me too. They're super liberal, and I'm Cali to death. Like I'm about the raza. I'm pro black. I'm pro LBGT. You know what I mean? I'm all that good stuff. So it's like when I meet another state being like that, because I never want to leave Cali. You know what I mean? I just don't like. I want to explore the world, sure, but I'm gonna die in Cali, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like when I hear that another state thinks similar, I'm like, okay, bet. You know what I mean?
That's why you got to move to Texas, brother. They're becoming California number 2.
Nah, I think they say the Mexican food is better in Texas, and I don't
Hell,
know. I know
there's no way.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, can I cuss?
Yeah, I've been cussing the whole time. What you been?
Well, I know, but like everyone said too, like what a blur. I fuck with Texas though, bro. Like so much, like UGK, like so much influence, like from out there, like in hip hop,
Yeah, I'm not. I've always, I don't know. I always kind of hated Texas for no reason. Like I never had. I have plenty of reasons actually. Like so, it's not just like no reason with me. It's like reason number 1, it's not California.
No, but I got homies that are from there too. So like their family there. Like I've been in Laredo, El Paso, and my grandma lives in Garland. So I went out one summer to drive. We drove to Arizona and then Texas. Like stayed at El Paso and then like ended up at Laredo.
Okay.
So yeah, but I just no, it's just the whole border situation. That's always like is gonna be a big thing. And down there, it's not the same like the way it is in Cali. Like they're anti-immigrants, even though most of them are Mexican.
I know.
So that's my big thing is like how you gonna how you gonna be a state like and con el nopal en la cara. Like how you gonna like it's just it makes no sense, bro. I'm fathomed by it. Like
it's just dumb thinking.
Yeah, it's just like how that's like being orange and being like, I hate anybody that's orange. Like what? Like bro, like what?
It's I don't know what it is. Like people just hate it, especially like your own people hating each other the most.
Yes, and
they're like the most racist always.
Always. Yes. It's like the whole Latinos for Trump. Like you know what I mean? Like how like this dude, what do you call this on the news? Drug dealers, murderers, and rapists, and like you're like still voting for this guy? He didn't say like one kind. He said everybody. You know what I mean? So it's like
he kind of he said it's like that. Some of them are okay, or no, or he tried to like save it by saying
I wasn't talking about all of them. Yeah, he said that, but like, after it was like his next speech because he said what I meant.
But he's so smart. Like that dude's the smartest motherfucker, bro. Like because he would shit said like that because he could justify that he didn't. Like he was just pausing, but like it's like I don't know how do you describe it. Like they don't technically say it, but they do say it. Like how like if you say. Black Lives Matter. Someone's like all lives matter. You it's just a statement, but that statement carries some weight. So the way like Trump would speak is like he'll throw shade, and then he would like change it by saying like something different. Saying like most of them are good people or something. But
I feel like he did that though. I feel like when you said when he's smart, like what he was saying, I truly believe that's how he felt. But like being obviously the POTUS, like the president, like you can always come back. I mean, that's your job is to talk to the press, like you know what I mean. So like the next week he says, and I remember his words because I don't like to speak on somebody without like researching them, And I remember like the next week he was like, what I meant was they're not sending their best. Well, how hard was it to say that the first time you said it instead of accusing? Those are big accusations, bro. You know what I mean? Like I ain't never killed nobody, I ain't never raped nobody, I ain't never dealt drugs, like you know what I mean. So it's like
but he did it like as a general because he knows. That's what he needed to do to get the vote from all those people.
Yeah, exactly.
So he was just instigating by every sentence. That's what I was trying to say. Like every word he would say, it had like a connotation or some weight to it.
Yes,
always. He was so good at marketing himself because the media would talk for free.
Yeah, of course.
He'll say something controversial that technically won't get him in trouble because he would like fix it with the sentences. But if you just take it the way he like, you kind of know that he meant it, but you couldn't prove it. And that would just like use that as I think they said over like $10 million in free marketing.
Contribution?
No. Oh. He got from the media like over $10 million that he would have had to spend
to
on marketing
advertise himself
because they would just talk about him the whole time. Like ratings
that makes sense. No, I get the whole like the way the game's played. You know what I mean? Especially because everything is business. Everything is business. You know what I mean? Everything. But at the same time, like I don't just like it's not like. All right, let's forget he said it. You know what I mean? I don't think that. Like, if you're willing to say these things, like, whether he's a puppet or not, like, you're still the face of something. Like, I don't know if you know this, but before Trump even got in office, hate crimes alone, just hate crimes, no, like, murder, none of that. Hate crimes alone, before he even got in, like, when he was barely running, hate crimes went up 5 to 8%. I don't know if you know that, but that's a big number, bro. Like, to you know what I mean? And just hate crime specifically, a hate crime, you gotta...
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean? So it's like you said, the weight, like there's weight behind those things. There's the same thing, like nobody likes to like, when you say Black Lives Matter and then someone will say all lives matter, you're still proving them right because you're saying all lives. Well, aren't Black lives all lives? So you know what I mean? So like to have
but it has that connotation.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I don't really get how. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like even when you're saying all lives, you're still admitting that Black lives matter.
Yeah. That's what I say too. Like and it's like there was a meme that the Republicans were throwing around that was pretty funny. It was like Black Lives Matter and Asian Lives Matter and Hispanic Lives Matter. And then there was like another picture. It was like, so you kind of mean like all lives matter? But it was just like Trump supporter with like a Trump hat.
Yeah, of course.
So it's kind of true. Like all lives do matter.
It's just got to put always the lives that we're losing. You know what I mean? Because it's just like Black lives are constantly being lost for no reason. Like, you know what I mean? And that's been like repeat like offense throughout time. You know what I mean? Latinos too. Like, you know what I mean? And now, right now, the Asians are getting attacked. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But even before that, like every minority, you can do history on every minority and watch how many bad things have happened, especially death. Like, you know what I mean? Even Rodney King. Like the neighbor, I don't know if you saw the documentary. I think it's 1992 or LA something.
LA riots.
Yeah. And the dude, shout out to the cameraman that was just like, I'm going to just get, you know what I mean? Back then, footage, like, ain't the like, you know, sexy cameras you got. Like, it's the big old, like, a vacuum, bro. Like, dang. But shout out to him because he started recording and he knew something was wrong. And, bro, they beat the shit out of Rodney King, you know what I mean? And then 6 officers acquitted. You know what I mean?
That's why it created the whole city burned down.
Yes, exactly.
With the whole blocks. But it's just like, also, the media just kind of makes everything a bigger deal, bro.
Of course.
Like, they just want to keep pushing that narrative and some of the words that they use on both sides.
Both sides, yes.
They always target, like, their core audience, but it's just to keep us fighting, to keep coming back. Yeah. So, it's just kind of annoying. Like, I don't watch any news.
That makes sense.
I disconnected from everything.
I like Vice. You know, mm-hmm. I like even the New York Times. New York Times has writers that are more like, you know, like they say left wing, right wing. I still don't know what those terms mean, like definition wise, but I know, you know,
yeah,
like where
they lean towards one
conservative or through more, you know, liberal, so mm-hmm. or democratic, whatever. But yeah, no, like the New York Times, like even they have writers that are more, you know, left wing, right wing, but like I like people that are just gonna state facts, though. You know what I mean? Like saying fake news, that's one thing. You know what I mean? But you can't say fake facts. Like a fact is a real thing. You can never say fake facts because a fact is something that has been proven time and time again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think speaking of facts, like how Instagram censors all the, or they say sensitive, you post anything as you got to check the facts or something. But I was watching something about that though, that the facts. So there's like a fact checkers on everything now, on like YouTube, Twitter, whatever. And one of the companies that runs it, so it's like a whole organization that runs the fact checking.
Okay.
It's like an independent corporation.
Oh, okay.
But then when you look at their donors, like Facebook is one of their biggest donors.
Oh, of course.
So if the fact checkers are paid by Facebook, then is it really fact checking? They're just kind of biased.
And Facebook is actually the biggest outlet for misinformation. I don't know if you know that.
And they control the fact checkers that they put before the Instagram post. They're owned by Facebook.
And I was gonna say, and Facebook owns Instagram. So it's like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
how are you gonna win?
Are they really facts? Like, what are we being fed?
Yes,
because
exactly.
I know most of it's facts. Like I'm not saying like crazy conspiracies, but it's like they
I believe in some conspiracies.
They definitely do control the narrative, and whatever they want you to see, you see.
Is what you see. Yes,
it's just kind of fucked up. Yes,
absolutely.
What are you gonna do to change it?
Start our own.
There's a new kind decentralized social media. They're trying to create that. They're trying to make it popular right now. So basically, it's not owned by a corporation. It's everybody kind of taps into the blockchain. And everyone could participate in there, and you don't have you won't get censored because everybody's kind of part of it. There's no one controlling anything. It's just you. It's a real social media, how it should be, even though there is some fucked up shit on it, you know.
Yeah, of course.
So I think it was Bit something. I haven't
heard of it, so I'm glad you're telling me.
It's super early. Like it's gonna take 5 years, but
oh my god,
this shit is bad, bro. Like being able to just post and. Like, I don't even post anything, but it just sounds like better. I love the centralized stuff. That's why I've been into, like, crypto and all that. Have you ever looked into crypto?
Well, I'm investing in Dogecoin or
Dogecoin?
Yeah, whatever. Like,
I got money in there?
Me and Diggs is funny. We had an argument about it because there's a dog on the coin.
Yeah.
So we call it Doggy Coin, but it's Dogecoin. You know what I mean? But because there's a dog on the coin, though. So at the beginning, we were like, what are they talking about? It's Doggy Coin. And like, but we knew it was Dogecoin the whole time. But we were like, Doggy Coin? Yeah.
But you guys bought some?
Yes.
When did you buy some?
When it was like at a cent or maybe 10. I think right now it's at 30 or 24 cents.
That's like a 40 cents.
Yeah, man. So I rebought again at 30 cents, but I originally bought like at 10 or when it was like 1 cent. Like, and then I was like, oh, this is going up, so I reinvested.
Yeah, that's dope. Fuck, man, this is one of my biggest regrets. Back in first I bought some in July of last year.
Nice.
And I made maybe like 5 or 10%. I was like, fuck, I'll take the rewards.
And you took it. Okay.
I just sold out my shit. Then I didn't buy it again. And I think it was in January, bro. I bought some in January. And I sold them on my birthday on January 27th. And literally the same night, it started taking off. And ever since then, if I would have just held that money, now it would have been fucking...
way more.
Like a shitload, bro. Like, it would almost been like over $50,000 like type shit. Because it went up so much. It went up 16,000%.
That's crazy.
So I saw somebody on TikTok. They put $100 in September and it's like $10,000 rent. Those $100 turned to 10,000 in like 3 months. So I had put in like over 1,000. That would have turned into probably like 100,000 or some shit. Like that kind of crazy gains. Like some people became millionaires with that gain the last few months. Some people you put in, if you would have put in like $10,000 back in like September of last year, easily over almost $1 million, bro.
Oh my God, bro. That's crazy.
And some people did that shit. So it's like,
yeah, Diggs was telling me a story like like on his feed or whatever that like some girl posted like she had originally bought Dogecoin and then she like flipped it and it was like for a lot. Like, she's like she only bought like $100 or $300 worth and then she ended up flipping it for like a lot. And I was like, that's crazy.
I saw some YouTubers, this girl, I was following her back in January or whenever she had like, I bought $1 million. Oh, she's like, I have $1 million Dogecoin. But at that time, $1 million Dogecoin was maybe like $7,000. But it's still a lot of money, but it's like a million of them. And now the 1 million is over 400,000. So she made like $500,000.
Like nothing.
From 7,000. Like a 7,000, let's say a $10,000 investment to $500,000, bro, in like 4 months.
Yeah, that's a great turnout.
That's fucking insane. And we're not even done, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is just starting. It's going to be like this for the next, I think, till like September, October.
So I was, I saw your mask earlier too, and I forget what video. It might have been the blog we were talking about the dog hats.
Yeah.
You had the Allende's face mask. Mm-hmm. So that's where me and Diggs were eating at earlier, and we were actually having the same conversation. So do you think like the whole world's gonna switch it to like a cryptocurrency or like?
Yeah, I think so.
Because like, I don't know if you saw the dude for the Chiefs. He's a tight end. I don't know if he's a rookie. I'm pretty sure he's a veteran, but he accepted his whole salary like
in Bitcoin.
Yeah, bro. Like
so did a couple months ago someone what's his name? He used to play for the Chargers. He was a left tackle.
I'm trying to think who.
Damn, left tackle. He's
Flunker, right?
Not Fluker. No,
not Fluker. Yeah, that's the last one I remember.
He was a Pro Bowler. He was a Pro Bowler with another team. He was a black dude, a big like
Bears. Before you guys,
maybe
Jerome Bushrod.
No. What's his name, man? Whatever.
Yeah, I was saying
he took like half of his $13 million like new team with all Bitcoin. And then that turned in, he basically, if he kept all that money, he would have become the highest paid player in the NFL right now because how much Bitcoin appreciated over the last 4 months. So by the time like the NFL season starts, he might be the NFL's highest paid player because he's getting paid in Bitcoin. Or he got paid in Bitcoin and he converted it right there. So
go ahead, bro.
To answer your question about do I think everything's going to be decentralized? I think so because, like I said, you could a decentralized social media where you can't get banned and the fact checkers aren't paid by the people that have the platform. So that's going to be part of it. Then you have already Bitcoin is like replacing gold or silver as a store of value.
Yeah, like dollars and Fort Knox.
Yeah, because our money is losing value every day.
Yeah.
So you have that. Then you have Ethereum. So basically, I think Ethereum, it's basically like the app store or like the factory. So you use Ethereum to create other tokens. Use Ethereum to create NFTs or to buy NFTs. To send money, you pay an Ethereum fee to send $1 million to somebody else. But it's way cheaper than at the bank. Like,
yeah,
people on the Bitcoin community have been sent, like, people send like over $10 million and then within like 10 minutes, they get it with like a $1 fee. Versus if you try to do that with the real bank, they charge you a shitload and it takes like a week and you got to get all kinds of signatures. So this just makes everything faster and more secure because it can't get hacked. So Bitcoin's doing that. Then also we'll go back to Ethereum. It's like the app store. So you have all these other protocols. There's like video games. There's already video games. There's virtual reality worlds like, I guess, like Grand Theft Auto or Minecraft. Like it's an open world. It's called Decentraland. There's two of them. One's called the Farmland and Decentraland. Yeah. Farmland, I think, hasn't launched, but right now you could actually buy a piece of real estate. Like you could buy virtual real estate. Like some people are spending $30,000 on a piece of a virtual real estate. Like that's fucking crazy. that it's getting crazy. And then there's
So where, like,
so on the game Decentraland,
uh-huh,
you could buy a property there, and then
like you gotta have that money, and then like you,
yeah. So right now you buy the
and
piece
you get
of
like
land.
a title or like,
Yeah, so that the section's like blocked off to you. You own it. You own it, and you can resell it in the future, and it appreciates because as more people in the game becomes more popular, then that means the original
more people.
It's like buying, like how Gary Vee says, buying land in Manhattan or by Venice Beach on the beachfront for fucking $2 and shit.
Yeah.
So that's like the type of shit they're talking about. So you have Decentraland, and now there's one called Engine. This one is basically trying to, all the rewards that you earn in the game. You're playing a video game, you earn like after so many hours, you get like the best guns and the best skins and the weapons.
Yeah, of course.
But then the next game comes out and all that shit's worthless. But they're trying to have a way to connect video games where your rewards, you could resell them, you could trade them, like for physical real dollars, and to other players, you know, like you want to buy it from somebody and create a world like that. And then now all the time you're spending on the game is actually making you money. And if you're smart, you could even fucking trade shit for money.
Flipping it,
Flipping that shit. And then you go to other games or buy stuff so you can start another game. You know, like that's kind of cool. That's the way it should be. Especially for all those like Madden packs and all that shit, like every year, and then the next year there was shit. You're like, man, this is stupid.
And look at it, and I'm a big believer in like no matter what, like relationships, time, everything's an investment, bro. I don't care what anybody has to say. Like your relationships, like people really like don't understand like your time, your energy. That's money, bro. Like we're all like, obviously it's no factor. Like we're all gonna die one day. You know what I mean? Like that should always be in the back of your head for the sole reason it's like, what are you doing? What direction are you moving in? You know what I mean? Or the people around you, the company you keep. You know what I mean? Like you always gotta be wary of the company you keep. You know what I mean? Like if someone's taking from you constantly and never giving you something back, well, you're losing right there. You know what I mean? If it was a stock and you're constantly putting in money and you like you're in the negative all the time, when are you gonna sell that stock? You know what I mean? It's like everything. Everything's an investment.
So you're talking about like wasting time with people or people that take advantage of you? What are you talking about?
Both of those fall down. People take advantage of you. Is that really your friend? Is that really your kin? I mean, because like with family, think about it. Like they feel entitled because you're blood, and you know what I mean. Like, oh, you're my family, so you got me. I don't believe in that. Like I got whoever's got me. You know what I mean? Like that's like no, it's the truth, bro. Because if it's not the other way around, you know what I mean? Like sure, family, like okay, we're family, I got you. But how many times that got you, and then you never like get it back? You know what I mean? Like you can have a homie and their homie has your back more than your family. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's it's like the same thing like with this. Like that's why like I'm always so big on like the locals. Like, you know what I mean? Like shout out to you, you know, shout out to Allende's, the food park, Indio food park, you know, like everywhere. Like I'm so local based. Like I want to see us all prosper, you know what I mean? Because we got to help each other out. We're from the same place. That makes no sense. Why are we going to go spend money on El Paseo or somewhere like Apple and all this other stuff? You know what I mean? When I can't even shop there, but how am I not going to shop in my own city where the people look just like me, are from the same place? You know what I mean? How am I going to support your podcast when I'm a local musician, rapper, and trying to get on the same, like we both want the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like to get paid doing what we love. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. Like Thick Drinks, you know, shout out to him too. Like I just met him the other day. I bought some stuff from him, you know. I support anybody, like any business that if I know you and you're cool, like, and that's not just like, oh, you're my friend or not. No, like if I think you got a good product and you're a good person at heart, like you're not ripping people off, you're not lying, you're not scamming, like you have my support 100%. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like everything, like energy, your energy, you're not going to get that back either, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm an empath. So it's like, I'll feel the energy from the room as soon as I walk in. Like if someone's a bad vibe, I know that's a bad vibe, but that shit can like lean on to me and then I'll be feeling it too. So I try to like always steer away from that.
Yeah. You just make sure you're selective with your time, what you're doing, especially, I mean, like you say, you're working where you control your own time, your own schedule. Yes. You work when you want. You can work as long as you want. So
or as short as I want.
So that's like perfect for you.
Yeah, exactly. Because everything's a hustle, bro. Everything's a hustle. Like nobody, you, bro, you're like one of the hardest working people I know. You know what I mean? That's why like you say it's overdue. I like regardless, bro, you're making moves. You know what I mean? It's like it'd be one thing if you're just like, oh, I'm just chilling today, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And then not doing something. Like you're constantly busy. You know what I mean? And that's my thing too right now. Like my thing, like with not sleeping on the weekends, bro. I used to be the grumpiest person, you know what I mean? And I like that you brought out Gary Vee because Gary Vee is one of my very, that's a big inspiration for me. That's why when I do like my motivational post, anybody watching this, follow me on the gram. It's Samurai G for some motivational and some hip hop, you know? Shout out Kingdom Dreams, Mills and Diggs. We're in full productions right here. So like part of my Gary Vee is part of the reason why I talk like that because he's like, you know, he's always like a step ahead and that's what you want to be, you know what I mean? Like it always be a step ahead of where you want to go on the people around you. You know, if you know what you know, be sure of it. You know what I mean? Like facts can never change. And that's how I think people should be too. If you're solid, stay that way. You know what I mean?
I like Gary Vee. He's I like because he just basically like just fucking do it. That's what it is. Because we all think about it. I'm pretty sure like if we really like break down our hours, like I would be way more efficient and do more shit that I want to do. Because I do waste some hours. Like even though I'm busy, like there's time where I'm just like chilling. You know, time is going by. If I just fucking hustle 100,000%, I'll get even more hours to do other shit. And the same for you. You probably could create more music if you really was efficient with your time. But it's like we kind of make that excuse. Like we know, we're like, oh, at this moment, instead of watching Netflix, I probably should be editing,
doing this,
doing this writing. And then we know we're supposed to be doing other shit, and then we don't. So it's like it takes a little bit of willpower.
A lot of willpower.
A lot of willpower.
No, because I think that's really like the biggest factor is that willpower. Like, you know what I mean? And I think everything is balanced, though. You know what I mean? Because you work, I work. Who doesn't work? You know what I mean? Like, you know, whether you like your job or you don't, you got to make that money to pay your bills, you know? And that's just what's harder. But if you have a dream like me and you, right? It's like how much are you willing to do for somebody else and then not for yourself? You know what I mean? And that's actually like that willpower, because you got to really think about it, because I used to be like, I don't sleep no more. I tell you, I used to be grouchy, bro. My friends will tell you, bro, like in the morning, if I didn't sleep, I'll tell people not to talk to me, bro. Like literally, and that's a dick move, right? No, and I know that's a dick move, but like that's how grumpy I used to be. Like, don't talk to me. Like I'd be mad, bro. Like why am I awake? You know what I mean? And now, bro, like you can ask anybody around me now. Like I literally just take a deep breath and I'm like, all right, what am I gonna go back to bed for? To sleep? Like I'm gonna end up in this bed in 12 hours, 18 hours, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a time where I can come back right to this bed. So if I'm up, let's just get him going. And then I'll shower, the works, brush my teeth, whatever I gotta do. Yeah. And then, you know, whether it's Uber, whether it's all like, let me go link up with meals, like let me go get this done, like help my parents, whatever it is. But it's just like, all right, let's smile though.
Just go 100%.
Yeah, just smile, but smile, you know what I mean? Like smile, just, you got another day. You know, how many homies do we have? You're from Indio too, bro. How many people we know passed away, got murdered, like, you know what I mean? Like things like wish they were here, or people that like, you know, like people
you
with
hear, like this food passed away, this person.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people from school to think that, bro.
I know.
Like people I used to play soccer with in high school. You mean not for like the school outside,
just
you know,
hanging out.
Yeah, no, but like AYSO, you know, the league guys, the like leagues like Coachella League, Hovely League, like I used to play in all those league soccer, and like, you know, like I have homies that are not even here no more, bro. Like, you know, whether like, I mean, deportation or like deceased, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, rest in peace to all of them. You know what I mean? Like,
it's crazy, bro. Like I know I had some people that when I played football, people that played football, people I went to school with as kids, even some teachers and shit. Like, fucking everybody's fucking dipping, bro.
And that's what I feel like the biggest thing. And that's why like I want to tell everybody, like, you know, like we don't get a lot of one-on-ones, and I'm like, I wish we had more one-on-ones. Yeah. You know what I mean? I really do, bro. Like, cause
every time I hang out with you, like I always tell you too. I feel like your energy is just always there,
Thank you, bro. No, that's my big thing. I pride
energy.
myself on my energy, bro. Like, cause that'll speak for me. You know what I mean? Cause that's what I feel like. If you really want to know if I like you or not, like, view the interactions, you know what I mean? If I'm not talking to you or I'm quiet, like ask like what's up, and I'll tell you like I don't like you. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? No, but that's straight up. I'm always
don't want to waste time.
I'm always gonna respect somebody that'll tell me. I have this saying, bro. It's not my saying, but I heard it a long time ago. But it's like, watch your friends. At least you know where you stand with your enemies. And I live by that, bro. Like literally, you know, with your enemies, that's on site. You know, with your enemies, they're not gonna want anything good for you. But your friends, bro, you never know their intentions. You know what I mean? Even if they could tell you I love you a million times a day, but anybody could say that. You know what I mean? I don't mean just your friends, but anybody could tell you they love you. Anybody could tell you they got your back, but you won't know that till the moment of truth. You know what I mean? So that's literally one thing I'm always in my head is like, like you said, the people around you.
Yeah, you just fucking, you're like that meme, bro. It's like, I can't even trust myself. And it's like the kid on the computer and the same kid with the.
I feel like that sometimes. I remember the meme with Future Metro Boomin, because you know Future's like, if Metro Boomin don't trust you, I'ma shoot you. And then like I remember I think Metro Boomin tweeted like, sometimes I don't even trust myself, and they put Future with the Nick Young. They put Future in the Nick Young, like all question marks. And I was like, hey, like when you said that, like that's how I feel about that too, bro. I'm like, sometimes I don't even trust myself either. Like looking in the mirror, like, yo, bro, who are you?
So what's like the craziest Uber story you got for us?
Craziest Uber. I'll tell you the scariest, and obviously I'm not saying no names, but this one's scary for. So I pick up this lady. You know, I don't want to get too specific with details because they're real people.
Yeah.
Pick her up. Her family walks her to my car, and you could tell she's faded. That's why she needed Uber. And she was drinking. I forgot what she had, a beer or something, but it was almost done, right? And then I don't care. Like, I'm just like, all right, finish it before you get in the car, or like if you're gonna finish it while we're driving, then put it away. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna have an open container, in the car.
Yeah.
Like, no,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Because and then I still my dumbass. I still haven't put my Uber stickers on the car. So like, I don't know, when cops see me, or like even neighborhoods, I go like, if it's dark, they're like, what is this car doing? And I don't blame them, because I'm the same way.
Why don't you put stickers on?
I just haven't had it. Like, they sent them to me already. I just literally haven't taken the 2 minutes to put it in the front and the back. Literally, bro. Like,
you get the cool neon one or no?
No, I get the little white one. I wish I got the neon one.
Is that more money? You have to buy it?
I don't know. Like, in the beginning, even though, like, the first month, they hadn't even sent me the stickers, bro. Like, it didn't even say in transit.
Like,
they just magically
testing you and shit.
Well, I think that's what it is too, though, because imagine sending somebody and then like you don't even know if they're gonna last 2 weeks. Like, what are they gonna do?
You're losing money on
what
the
are they gonna do?
stickers.
Yeah, I imagine. You know what I mean?
That's true. As a big company, yeah, they had a definitely.
They got what's cost efficiency. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, anyways, I don't have it, and then I'm taking her, bro, and then she's cool. She was a great conversation, actually. She was really nice, funny. We're listening to music because she was like, put on some music, and that's really what she wanted. She's just like they're trying to turn up, you know. And so we're going, and then like I'm driving, bro, and then a mile in, I just look at my rear view, and I always do that. Just I'm paranoid, bro. I don't trust people. No, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure I got PTSD somewhere. You know what I mean? Like I just personally some shit I've been through. So, I'm always looking to review, and then, bro, kid you not, there's a SUV cop, bro, right behind me, right? And I didn't we had been talking for like 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, right? And I didn't look in the mirror that whole time. And then literally the next time I mirror, there's a cop right behind us, bro. Like, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, my heart's racing, and I told her like I pretty much just asked like, yo, is your drink done? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, if you have it, or even if it's like if it's gone, just don't lift it up, please. You know what I mean? But the cop was right behind me, bro. Like
that's crazy.
But not only that, like I don't have the stand where you could put your phone, and navigate at the same time. Like I carry it in my hand.
Oh, so you're on your
phone. I'm like this, but I don't carry it like this. I always have it in my hand.
Oh,
but my back window used to be tinted. I need to get retinted. I had it in my hand, so I'm like, this dude can literally,
almost see your phone.
He could either pull me over for the phone, or if he saw that container, whether it's empty or not, he can just pull me over, and then what are my chances? Like the phone, at least it's just a ticket.
But you can't say like, oh, you didn't know she had a bottle.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna do, and it wasn't a bottle. It was like
a little. It could have been on her purse or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I'm saying, and then that was my thing, and I was gonna say that. I'm like, listen, I'm Uber. This is my going, But luckily, and I got a clean record. But I know he ran my plates because he took a while, bro. Like,
he was behind it for a while.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. He didn't scoot up too close, but like you could tell he wanted to like a probable cause. And then like he ran my plates, and then after that, finally like we go all the way to the next light, and finally he went to this lane and I went to the other, and I was like, thank God, bro. Damn. Yeah, that's the scariest. Like that was the scariest for me. That I'm like, nope. I'm like, people gotta finish their drink, or like throw that.
From that, it's like a good wake up call.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because like usually I don't mind it, because it's like these people, they're just trying to go back to their hotel. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? They're just trying to go back to their hotel. So I'm just like, all right, just finish it and let's go. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Like. And then just that, like she was like, I'm almost done. So I was like, all right, let's all right, bet. And then then we're driving. So that was like the scariest for me, like, you know what I mean? Because I hate cops, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like I just.
Why do you hate cops?
Just so much. Like I know it's not every cop, you know what I mean? But if it's the other way around, bro. Just their history, like police brutality, how many innocent people they kill, like. And I know it's not every cop, but to me, it's just like George Floyd. You know what I mean? How many other cops were on that scene and didn't do anything for 9 minutes, bro? Right? 8 minutes and 27 seconds or something like that, right? Almost 9 minutes. And you did not, like, you're a cop, bro. You're supposed to protect and serve, right? Like, nobody protected nobody. Like, you let this man die. And that's just one experience, you know what I mean? And if, like, they're not going to hold each other accountable, then, like, what's the point of them? And if you go back, bro, to the history of cops, the original cops were the slave catchers, bro. Like, if you go back in time, cops were instilled to catch slaves, and then like later on in the future they were to write tickets and collect taxes and shit like that. Like they were not for the people, which is ironic because the people pay their salary, which is like we're always like we're paying for them to treat us the way they treat us.
Yeah, but for the most part, most of them do a good job though. So it's kind of hard. I get it that it's a lot of bad training and bad people and shit. Shit shouldn't happen as much as it does. Like there's no way. It's like a pilot. Like how many pilots out there? You're not gonna. It's like, oh yeah, if a the plane
crashes
every other week, you know, like you wouldn't get on plane to that shit
nobody
happen.
would be flying.
But it's because the standards that they set for these people is the training, bro. They train. They don't have like enough training where like doctors and all these other professions. It does take like 12 years to finally get there. You know, here you're done in like a 2 years,
like the academy,
1 or 2 years,
and then your year of training.
1 year academy, 1 year of training, and you're in the streets. Like you're still a kid. You're 20.
You're
you
a
didn't
rookie.
experience. You didn't have enough time to like learn about life.
Exactly.
And go to college. You know, it's like the requirements are just way too fast, and they literally decide. They don't, because I feel like it's still even after all that, most of them are good, but you give them like basically they could decide who lives and dies based on the situation.
Yes.
And they don't have enough life experience. And I don't know, I feel like they just get into a position of power, because for the most part, a lot of the cops that I know, like they were kind of weirdos in high school and shit, and now they became cops.
I was
but you know, that's a little weird.
That's literally the same conversation I was having in that Uber. I was literally talking to her about cops. That is like these people. She said this dude, I forget, but he failed at something and then was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go be a cop. And like I've heard plenty of people that like want to try to do something else, or like you said, weirdos, or like the people like who know, like I guess like I don't know. I want to get into like detail of like the type of weirdos. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's people that used to be bullies, or people that like never had no power, and it was like, how can I get some power? And then I become a cop. And then the problem with cops too is the diplomatic immunity. You know what I mean? Like not being able to get responsible. Like now they're facing consequences, but how long were they not? You know what I mean? How many like police reports were
decades and decades?
Thank you, bro. You see what I mean? And I respect that you can admit that, because you know what I mean? I don't believe every cop's bad, but that's the same way. Not every black person's guilty. Not every Latino's guilty. Not every person you claim is a suspect. Like, you know what I mean? How many times have they shot the wrong person, or like, you know what I mean, or done the wrong thing, and they never pay any consequences, bro? Yeah,
the system would just protect them. The same thing with like priests, they would just move on to another church. It's always been like that, because now we have social media. So that's the thing. It's they can't. Now we finally have a platform. People have a voice. People could actually capture it on their phone. So we're getting there a little bit, little by little. You know, it's of course we still got a long ways to go, but I think cops are they're necessary.
No, I see. That's crashes. I don't like cops.
Something's going down in an emergency.
I do not disagree that we need a system in place. I will not, because then it's just the Wild West, bro. And you know what I mean? No. So I'm not like
abolish the police. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like you know, like defund the police makes perfect sense to me, because like look listen, I've thought about this, and I talked with my dad for this a long time ago. You know how they every time they do something right and they get a lawsuit, like the ones that finally get in trouble, like, you know, get a lawsuit, and like, you know, they get, we the ones that pay for that, you know that, right? Like the city, the people, the taxpayers, we pay for the lawsuits that like the cops when they mess up. But tell me, if every cop had to be held accountable, like their pension and their retirement was affected, like literally you're caught.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't think about that.
You know how much you're not going to get confused with your gun and your taser? You're not. You got to think twice. You know what I mean? Even if it's for like the rest of your life. And don't get me wrong. Like anytime somebody rushes a cop, you know what I mean? But that's my thing too, bro. How many like white kids or like drunk people like rush cops and nothing ever happens to them? You know what I mean? But yet like you got people with their hands up and they get blasted.
Yeah, but there's also like statistics. I think more white people get killed by cops than black people. But because they're more population.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, it happens. Okay, percentage wise, it's more blacks. But in general, like how many per year is white? But it's like, it's just hard because they're just, I know it's also a systemic problem that they grew up in those gang environments, because that's why the system kind of shoved those people this way and welfare and this. And now these people, they have to turn to violence to try to do something with their life. And now, you know, it's like, it's all the cycle, you know, like your dad and they used to be in gangs. Now you're in gangs and this. So the cycle's hard to break, and cops are put in those situations where they're like, a lot of the times their life sometimes could be in danger. They save somebody. The one that the girl got saved recently, where she was gonna get stabbed, and I know he shouldn't have shot her.
Oh yeah,
she was gonna get stabbed. That one,
the one that she called the cops.
Yeah, she called the cops, and then like they told her stop, and then she had her knife about to stab her. Like that one, I could understand that one. That one is like, if she would have just killed the other girl, they would have got mad at the cops for not doing anything, you know. And you try to save. Even though, I don't know, I feel like everyone was just kind of standing around, even the parents and shit. It was
But
weird.
that's like the society we live in, bro. Like nobody wants to do anything. Like the easiest thing for everybody is just to get their phone out and start recording. I don't work like that. Like I can't just watch stuff happen. I'm just not built like that. Even if I get hurt or something, like it is what it is. But I can never just stand around when bad stuff's happening. You know what I mean? Because like put yourself in that situation, or put like somebody you love, like your mom or your dad, or like, you know, your wife, your sister.
You gotta do.
You're gonna want somebody to do something if you're not there. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't just like, oh, it is what, like, you know, a fight is one thing. And a fight is like, okay, 2 minutes,
yeah.
it's over. Like you separated, people go about their way. You know what I mean? But something more serious is like, oh, like you got it. Like, you know what I mean? Somebody with a knife or anything, like you just never know.
I feel the same way. Like I would try to help.
Yes, no,
I can.
same. It's just, and I'm not saying it's smart. You know what I mean? But it's the right thing to do. And sometimes the right thing to do isn't easy. But like, the wrong thing isn't as easy to do either. You know what I mean? Everything's actions and consequence, you know? And back to the, like, because I've had this conversation plenty times, how you talk about the white people can kill, but you got to remember, like, Latinos, bro, we're not even counted on the census. When have we ever been counted on the census? About 2 years ago, finally there's a Latino box. And then before that, what? We all had to identify as what? White or Caucasian. So that makes that whole population that much bigger. You know what I mean?
Wait, they never counted it before? Or?
No. Look it up.
Nah, I don't
Look
know.
it up.
For us?
Yes, I'm not lying.
That's crazy.
I'm not lying to you, because there was no, like, you remember how, I don't know if you ever had one of these where it would tell you like mark your race, and then it'd be like black, this, that.
There was always like a Hispanic one.
If you look at it, bro, there's race and then there's ethnicity, and there was never a Latino box. I'm not lying to you, bro. Look it up. Like, dude,
I don't remember
like
that.
I had filled out boxes where like Latino wasn't a thing, and you had to pick Caucasian. And that's the census, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You got to get picked on that, and that makes that population, that number you're talking, makes it that much bigger, because we didn't even count. And if you really think about everything, bro, we don't count. Like Latinos, raza, like we're not. Look at all the street vendors, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how long has street vendors been a problem? Like with them getting assaulted, robbed, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Desde cuando? And it's like, okay, now, you know what I mean? Like, the reporting it's happening, but it's always been an issue, bro. You know what I mean? I think that's always happened. I used to live in DHS, bro, when I remember the dude was my homie. You know what I mean? He would talk to me. I would always buy something from him. And then he would like come and talk to my mom, talking about like they jacked him, bro, like for all his money. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I know that shit pissed me off. Like, why you attacking people or hustling?
Who hustling?
Working?
Yeah, exactly. And then, like you say, our own raza, because cholos are our own raza, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, when people are all upset, like, oh, like, you know, they, like, you know, because some of the attacks have been by blacks, you know what I mean, on the street vendors. But it's like, I haven't seen cholos or like, you know, same our own raza, like our own race do it to them. And it's like, come on, bro. Like, we gotta hold a higher standard. Like, this, what's cool about jacking the paletero, man, bro, or the eletero? Like, what's cool about it? What's gangster about it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, what kind of person and what kind of mentality these people
you have?
There's a lot of people with like weird mental states, and I don't know. It's also the environment. I think definitely the environment, like that just shapes who you are. I was listening to this book, The Power of Habit. It's like how to create better habits every day. There was a story about this guy who wanted to prove that you can make like a master in anything if you just make them grow up in the right environment. So he had a theory that he wanted to like do something like that with his kids. So he had to find a wife basically that agreed to it. He found this girl, they did it, and he had 3 daughters, and he basically wanted to teach them to be chess champions. So he put like nothing but chess sets and history of chess and reading biographies about chess and strategy. And they grew up just playing chess. And like the first sister, she by 14, she was already a grandmaster, like a top of the world. The other one, like I think like I don't know if it was 14 or 16, she won like the tournament where she became like the number 1 in the world at like 14 or 15 years old. And he said he never was special or anything. Like, it's just if you grow up in the right environment and you get molded. So like a lot of former athletes, a lot of their sons, I don't know if the NFL draft just happened. So you have, like, the Chargers drafted Asante Samuel Jr.
And his dad played in the NFL. Patrick Surtain, same thing. His dad used to be a Dolphin.
Because if you're an NFL player, you have a son, you got the best coaches, you got the best training, the best nutrition.
Everything.
You have knowledge of the game.
You have a program.
So it's I used to, when I was younger, I remember like my dad and everybody would say like, oh, es una mafia, es el hijo de no sé quién. That's why they put him on. Like, he's somebody's son. That's why he's playing. Like, the only reason he's on the team because his dad used to play 30 years ago. But I used to think that too. But then when I started playing high school football and like learning that if you work hard and you have the right techniques and shit, that it literally helps you a lot.
More important than anything.
So, these kids that have been playing, because I noticed too in high school the best players were players that had played when they were younger, since they were little, because they're used to playing, and there was like a constant thing. So it's like the same thing with like these professional athletes that are relatives to somebody else, a son, an uncle was in NFL, whatever. It's all like the right environment. Now you take it to the other extreme. If you grew up in the bad environment where it's nothing but gangsters and people dying and drugs and guns, and that's all you have and all you see is poverty and that's it, like there's no future, then you're gonna follow the same steps. So I think it's
but on that note, because I'm a big believer in like you said, the power of breaking habits is what that book's called, right?
Yeah.
So I believe like, you know, I have a bar, or maybe
Atomic Habits is called.
Oh, Atomic Habits. So I have a bar that I wrote, or maybe I heard this. I could be, you know, getting confused, but I always believe like if I'm a product of my environment, then I'm top shelf. Like I don't like, if I was rich, I would want to think I'm the best of my ability. If, you know, I'm poor, I grew up middle class and poor, and I would like think like I like to think I'm a hybrid of everything. You know what I mean? Like you got homies that gangbang, you got homies that make, you know, YouTube, everything. You got homies for everything.
Is that can gangbang or what?
You do whatever makes you happy, bro. I support you.
I hurt my feelings, bro. I'm just a guy who makes YouTube.
No, I said you got homies. I didn't say just you. I said you got to have homies from everywhere, you know, because people are cool. If someone's solid, it doesn't matter where they're from. You know what I mean? Like if someone's real, you're going to respect it off the back. If someone is solid, you know what I mean? It's just like I always say, I don't fuck with snakes, bro. Like, you know, those snakes cut their head off. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that simple. Like, you can't have that, because if not, it's going to come around and bite you. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, like I said, you could have homies from everywhere, or you could grow up a certain type of way, like Nipsey Hussle, right? Grew up all that, you know what I mean? Like, grew up to all that gang banging, all that prison, everything. Like, I even, like, I heard, I watched an interview where he says they came and raided his house, bro, and they took all his USBs, all his external hard drives. Like, they took everything, bro, from him, and he had to go back. Like, you know, it was in federal, like,
detention or something.
Yeah, that stuff. Yes, that word. I was like, the federal detention, and he couldn't get that back from him. So he had to go right back to the drawing board. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Like, you look it up. Like, I can't remember who he was interviewed, but it's one of the interviews I watched. It was very. I'm a big, obviously a big Nipsey guy. So like, he taught me, because I learned a lot from him, especially the independent thing. You know what I mean? And Mac Miller too. Rest in peace. You know what I mean? Like both of them, rest in peace. But like both of them are like independent. And you can do it your way. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to go through labels. You don't have to. You know what I mean? You can go around like not having a big budget and things like that. And so like for him, like to me, like you could easily been like, oh well, if he went out. If he died gangbanging, you know what I mean? Like, what would the world say? Oh, that's what the life he lived. But look at the whole 360 he did. You know what I mean? And he was raised
and he was helping everybody, and he stayed there too.
That corner, you know, is it Crenshaw and Slauson, or where he had his the store? Shop, yeah. I think maybe if I'm incorrect, then that's my bad. But I could have sworn it was you know, he only had one shop, and then before he died, that whole block was all his property. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to flip it like that, bro, like, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
No, it's fucked up. I didn't really get into him until he died. Like, I'm just going to be...
No, that's fine. That's fine. But you're not the only one. You're not the only one.
Like, that gave me exposure. Like, I had heard him in a couple songs, but I never really listened to his music, nothing.
No, I had funny enough, I had a long time ago. Because, like, all these dudes, we were in high school, remember? Like, you graduated 11, right? Graduated 10. Yeah. So, like, that's when, like, I remember I was big on Drake.
My 10-year anniversary is coming up, dog.
Nice. You gonna go? Is someone doing anything? Because they didn't like send me one. They didn't send me one.
So someone started a Facebook group.
Oh, okay, yeah. They tried to add me in that. And I was like, bro, I'm 20. No, but you know, like I knew you. Like, you know, I knew all the homies.
So people were fucking going crazy.
Yeah, I remember the thread.
People wanted to throw like a Coachella. They were like Ferris wheels and shit. I'm like, bro, y'all better calm down.
No. And I think I was reading something about money. And I'm like, hell no, I ain't putting no money.
Oh, so they were like, $200 each. I was like, no one. It was only like a few people were talking about it, and I haven't even been on Facebook, so I don't even know if
they still. I have
no idea.
Somebody sent me the invite, bro, and I was just like, I was like, why are you throwing me in this? And then there's money. I was like, I ain't doing none of this. Like, miss me with that, you know?
Yeah,
it was funny. Like, that's the homies though. You know, shout out class 2010 and 11. Like that's, you know what I mean?
What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
We were talking about
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, Nipsey Hussle. So like back then, like 2010, I got heavy into music. Like actually, that's the same year I started rapping. Actually, like introduction, like I said, that I started rapping senior year because senior year I was going into depression because football. You know what I mean? I love football, bro. I had played like since 8th grade till my senior year. Like, you know what I mean? Like I took off my junior year But after that, I came back and it just wasn't the same, you know what I mean? And I didn't get the same chance and stuff. So like, cause I thought like, bro, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't party. Like I literally just, I would work out and play football all the time. Like even if we weren't at like spring training, all that, like I would play in the streets, like, you know, concrete 2-hand touch, like go to the, you know, behind the rack, anywhere I can just get some reps, you know, working out. And then like, you know, I got benched. And after that, I was like, I got really down, bro. So and then I remember like I was just listening to music, and I don't know if I was listening to Wayne or Drake, but you know, they were heavy back in 2010.
Yeah.
Like, they were just going back to back with their stuff. And I remember hearing like one of them said a bar, and I was like, you know, this doesn't seem that hard. And then I would just start writing, bro. Like I would just start writing, and then that's literally how the start of me rapping like came about. Like, you know, I was like, well, I'm probably not gonna play football ever again. Yeah. So like, what else can I do? You know what I mean? And then literally, then I just.
I know you were one of the first ones like out here that I knew that was rapping. Yeah, you've been rapping for so long.
Yeah, no, everybody makes fun of me. The Bandit video, I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, like people, Cankles, shout out Cankles. He's been like, you know, and Leonard. They always been like always Bandit. They always say that to me, bro. And I
remember that was like a scene with like a trash can, right? Like
I
remember like a little wall.
Yeah, we hopped the wall. Yeah. It was me.
I haven't seen them
pretty sure the homie Josh Sigler. Back then, and then the homie what's his name, Jonte Jay was in the video too.
Yeah.
And then
I remember watching that. That was what, like 2012 or some shit.
Yeah 2011 2012, one of those two.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you were one of the first ones, and I remember then you stopped for a while, huh?
Yeah, I took a break. I did. Just, it's hard, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard. Like, I was working jobs. Like, I'm always working jobs. Like, you know, that's why I like love doing Uber. Like, I've got so much freedom, you know? And like, I was just like, I would work. And it was also like, I didn't have a mic, bro. Like, you know, I had to save up for a mic, you know? So it wasn't like, because back then, like I'm telling you, so I got down, right? And then like, about myself, obviously. And then like, you know, I got depressed, and I wrote that out for like a few months, and I was, until the season ended, you know? And then I'm like, all right, the season's gone. Like, cool. Then I remember like I was writing, and then I went to the teen center. Remember, it was right across the street. And then I went there, and they like, I went to talk to the guy. I can't remember the name. I can't remember who was there, but I went to talk to the guy, like, yo, I want to make music. Like, what do I do? And he was pretty like standoffish, you know. And I'm a 17-year-old kid, bro. Like, I don't know nothing about music. I don't know how to, you know what I mean? So
especially back then, you didn't have YouTube.
Exactly.
Now it's like all the tutorials.
Yeah, you can look up anything on YouTube, and like, you know what I mean? And you're perfectly fine. Like, you can literally learn how to do anything on YouTube, bro. Like, even the system I run, like Logic Pro X, like there's tutorials on that, you know?
Yeah.
And
I've learned everything on video editing from YouTube.
See what I mean? Yes.
Everything.
No. And it's because so many people just want to share that knowledge. And that's such a positive, like, you know, positivity year round, you know, that's what I believe, bro. Like, pay it forward, you know what I mean? Because other people want to know the same thing. Like, what do you lose by, you know, it's like photography, or like, you know, like me, when I first started rapping, like other people, oh, I rap too. And I would like Mills, you know, Mills the guy, like that's my guy. Like, I remember he would be so shy to freestyle, bro. He would never want to freestyle, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be like, it's not good, you know? And he's not the only one. Like, so many other people I met. And, like, because freestyling's hard, bro. Like, people don't understand. Like, just rapping, like, is hard. But, like, someone's like, hey, like, drop a freestyle, you know? And you get it all the time as a rapper. Like, people want to hear you rap if you say you rap. Like,
that's true.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but that's so weird, because, like, if someone's like, I paint, you don't be like, let me see your paint. Like, hey. Like, no, right now, like, here's a paintbrush. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's because it's, like, as a rapper, all you need is your voice and a beat.
Yeah, and that's
versus everything else. Like, if you're a musician, if you're
you gotta have the
guitar,
instrument.
You don't fucking get a guitar. And I was like, oh yeah,
air guitar, bro. Like, ding ding.
I guitar that shit. Yeah, that's true though. I never thought about that. Rappers like, hey, let me see you rap.
Yeah, bro, that's the constant. I used to have that. Like, I've been to parties. You know what I mean? Like my you know, Trey. Shout out Trey. We used to go to party all the time, and we used to freestyle at the things in the garage. Like, I remember going to a party, bro. We were drinking and stuff, and then like, you know, it wasn't like girls and like guys, and then like I remember it just like we spread out to girls. Like, the girls just started kicking in the kitchen, and then we all just kicked out a cypher in the garage, bro. And then we'd rap for like 15, 20 minutes, bro. Like, all of us took turns. It was like a cypher, you know what I mean? But we were all sitting down, and like I remember like I used to drink crazy like that. I drank Four Locals back then. That's actually one thing.
Bro, you went hard.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing. Everybody
know.
Everybody's like, what is wrong with you? That's nasty, bro. But like, if you know me, like, because I didn't like beer. I hated beer, bro. And then like I didn't know like liquor, right? I didn't know how to like pour or make drinks. And Four Loko was like, oh, this is gonna get me messed up. I don't mind the taste. That's
my yearly ritual for Coachella. I drink Four Loko right before going in.
There you go.
That shit. I've done that like maybe 4 or 5
Watermelon
years. Watermelon is the best one.
Yes.
They all taste like shit. Even watermelon.
Yes, but watermelon.
No, you gotta like the little Mexican candies.
You put all that in there?
Yeah, bro.
I never tried that.
Put the watermelon with the Mexican candy, the little balls that have like the powder in the middle, and then like some of that salty powder and all that shit, because it tastes almost like a Chavez type drink, because it's nasty, but it tastes a little better with all the sugar, and then you get fucked up.
That makes sense. I mean, alcohol is just sugar either way. So I mean,
yeah, so it's all sugar. Basically, just
drink sugar rush, big old sugar.
Biggest sugar rush.
Damn.
I always drink that right before Coachella. I probably wouldn't do it anymore. Actually, I didn't do it last time. But for now, it's getting that phone call.
It's the feds, bro. It's the feds.
Hey,
they're here for me. I knew it.
We're not talking about Fort Loco, bro.
It's the feds, bro. It's Uber. About to seem like you can't drive no more. Yo, Wormfuls on break. Shout out Kingdom Dreams, Mills to God, Diggs, Cambriana, MG, Marcus, the Index Room, Angie Crooks, Trey again, Nice Gang, everybody, Grizz, everybody. I like I was telling you, I support the locals so much. You know what I mean? Like I'm all about our locals, bro. Like our local talent. There's so many good people out here. You know what I mean? Jasmine too, Jazzy Zan.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I never really knew. I feel like everybody started coming out at the same time, right?
Yeah,
like
all the talent, like just
there was nobody here. Or maybe it was just my lack of knowledge or being in like those type of circles. But I started getting into like local artists back in like either 18 or 19 or something. And then it was out of nowhere, like so I just seen people tag each other in like shows, and it was like all these rappers and musicians and singers and bands, like all kinds of bands, like. I thought it was pretty cool, like just music from here, you know, and I support whenever I can. I go to the shows sometimes.
Of course.
Just hang out. I like it. I love local shit.
As long as it's only like even if it's only one name I know, I'll go for that. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like I'm shouting at everybody, but like I don't know if you know Isaiah's, but I know them, the Nice Gang, like you know, like
I know the Nice Gang.
Yeah, you see them, Isaiah's, the homie Tio. What's the other dude I was thinking of too that I didn't know? MCKG, Gabriel Green School. I don't know if you've seen him. I know. Yeah, shout out him too. But him,
you know Rolo?
Yeah, Rolo. Yeah. Same thing. So I think at the Hood, I seen him perform first time, and then like I was like, all right, like I like his. I was like, I like this. Like
his energy's cool. He's a cool guy. I had him on the podcast.
And I saw that the cryptocurrency one. Yeah, I didn't get to finish it, but I started it.
That shit's wild, bro.
Yeah, no, I didn't get to see it, but shout out him too. What's it called? So yeah, him and Isaiah I met at the Hood where I performed, and Versus Style. I don't know if you know Versus Style. He's an older cat.
I know of that. I know of him, but I don't
okay. Yeah, shout out to him. But he's usually one putting up the shows at the Hood. So he's cool people. He's really cool people. But yeah, like the Isaiah, Versus Style, and Rolo. I all seen him perform, and then like Rolo, like he's different. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that got me. Like I'm gonna listen to you because you know, as much as we're all competing, like. If you're not different, it's going to be hard to blow up as an artist. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to sound like the next person. You just don't. You know what I mean? It's just like everything else. Like even painting, like Van Gogh and Picasso is two different styles. You know what I mean? Like Tupac and Biggie, two different styles. You know what I mean? Like it's competition, but you got to always have that what makes me different. You know what I mean?
And just create. Everybody's going to have a different. Well, I mean, unless you copy, I think everybody just gives their own take, you know, to the kind of style or how they sound like or who they're influenced by. I don't know how do you even get started? Isn't that like copying somebody? Like, oh, I want to sound like him or I want to rap like him. Isn't that how you start though?
I believe so. I can only speak for myself, you know, because you're gonna have people that are gonna be like, no, I knew what I wanted to be, you know what I mean? Like, or I knew like, you know. But no, I agree. We all want to be like somebody. I mean, you know, like.
Who are you like your influences?
Okay, so it all switched, right? Like when I was younger, forever, because my favorite rappers are Kendrick and J. Cole. And it switches. Like I don't have a 1 and a 2. Like it's a tie for me.
Yeah, those dudes are badass.
Kendrick's like, you know, West Coast, and I'm from the West Coast, so it's, you know, W's up always, like Cali, like I'm telling you. And then he knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Shout out Kobe Bryant too. Rest in peace. You know, Mamba mentality. Laker gang always. But so they were always been my like top 2, and then Drake. Like I got heavy in Drake. Like I remember people used to make fun of me for listening to Drake, bro. Be like, oh, you listen to that soft, like, oh, what's that? Like him singing, but look how big.
He's the biggest artist.
Yes, and people used to like clown me, like, oh,
I don't like Drake. I think his music's great. I just don't like him. but he's great. I can't. It's facts. He's the best one.
That's funny you say that, bro, because like with your favorite's Kanye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Kanye, bro. Like Kanye. So like my favorite rappers, like Mills makes fun of me, but my favorite rappers went from like Eminem, because Eminem was like the first rapper. Because I didn't have like cable, bro, when I was little, or like a radio. Like I didn't have music. Like I didn't even know Banda, Vicente. Like when I go with my dad, my parents separated when I was little. So when I was with my mom, like we didn't have cable, we didn't have radio. Like I wouldn't go outside, like you know what I mean? Because I usually had to like get down or like like
get
like,
down.
Yeah, you know what I
get
mean?
down or fucking
or stay inside. Like I'm gonna try to stay inside as much as possible. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like, oh, I faded the whole block. Like no, you know what I mean? Like it don't work like that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's not your day.
Damn,
you know?
bro. Crazy as. And then so you never listen to music.
So yeah, I never had like like 93 till right. Have you ever heard that song? Like 93 till infinity. Like Souls of Mischiefs, I think is the people that sing that song. And like I had never heard that song until like I was older and like or I heard it in a movie. And I'm like, what is that? You know what I mean? And there's like an R&B, like oldies, bro. I know nothing about oldies. Like I get clowned on by my friends all the time. They're like, you don't know about this.
I had music growing up, but it was all Spanish.
Yeah,
so I don't know shit when it comes to like old like classic like blues and all.
Same. That was me
like
too.
I know the most popular stuff. I had a rock face in high school, like everybody kind of did. So I got really into like AC/DC, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Bullet for My Valentine. Like I love all that shit. So I went from like just Spanish music. I of course hip hop. Popular hip hop like 50 Cent, Eminem,
all the radio stuff.
Yeah, the radio stuff, and then rock face, and then I got into my Kanye like hip hop face again. So like I missed out on all the oldies as well. I don't know shit.
Yeah, no, bro, that's the same thing. I'm telling you, I'm always getting clowned, bro. By my I think Big Marcus Martinez played ball too. He's older than us. Yeah,
I know.
Shout out to him. Kim Brianna. Siobhan, you know her, Siobhan.
Yeah,
that's what I call her. And Mills,
bro, knows all of the music.
But they're always clowning me like, "What you know about this?" I'm like, "I don't know nothing. I didn't have." But like, how's this my fault, bro? Like, you can't make fun of somebody that didn't know. You know, it's like when you play basketball with someone, like when you're little and they don't know the rules, or like any sport, and like you can't make fun of them. They don't know how to play. Like,
yeah, that's true.
And that's like I went from Spanish, Selena, cumbias, and like I'm half Honduran, bro. So like my mom's Honduran, so like it wasn't like a bunch of Mexican music playing. Like it was, cumbia, like what's that song? La Cumbia Samansuana. Like, have you heard that one? Yeah, like all that type of music. Like, it wasn't like, Vicente playing when I was my mom. Then when I go with my dad, it was Chente, Maná, all that other stuff. So I was like I had Spanish, but my rock face came early, bro. Like, in 6th grade, my tío, like, put me on an AC/DC, Kiss, Bon Jovi, nice. Like, all the stuff you said. Like, yeah, I got into that. And then finally, I remember watching 8 Mile, you know what I mean? I didn't answer your question, but, like, I'll get back to it about, like, what started my influences. But, I got into like rock heavy, like that's all I listen, Metallica, like all that stuff, bro. Like, any classic rock, like, they say glam rock too, like Scorpion, like all that. I listen to all that, bro. Like there's so much classic rock, the Motley Crue, like, all that I listen to, bro. Like it's beautiful, bro. Like, guitar, drums, like
it's so good.
Yeah, bro. Like, like not every rock is great, but like there's so much good rock, and that's how I feel like every category.
Like you just have these fools just going like guitar solos.
And all the best bands have a badass drummer and a bass guitarist and a bass player sometimes too, you know what I mean? But it's like,
well known, yeah.
Like Guns N' Roses, bro. Like, you know what I mean? How many of those dudes, like, any of those dudes could go start, like Travis Barker can go somewhere else and shine by themselves, you know what I mean? But you got so many people like, no, let's make the best quality, like, product possible, you know what I mean?
Yeah, those dudes are bad. So who are your influences?
I was gonna say, so when I was younger, like I say, that was when I was younger, like Eminem was like my first rapper. 8 Mile came and I was like, oh, like,
yeah, I loved Eminem too. And everybody did.
Yeah, no, and I remember everybody. Like,
that's the reason I got into hip hop.
Yeah,
Eminem.
Yeah, same. I remember I was listening to Linkin Park, at the time. I didn't even know who they were. Like I told you, I didn't have no music.
Yeah, I love Linkin Park.
Yeah,
too.
my friends in elementary school. I went to elementary school in DHS, and they were like, the guy would always sing In the End, right? Or I remember In the End promoting, like, right back then, like.
It's the biggest song.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I remember that. And then I remember one of my homies would always rap the Lose Yourself, like, oh, his arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti, the sweater on his belly, all sweaty, you know what I mean? And then I would always I'm like, what are you rapping, right? What is that? And then he'd be like, you never seen 8 Mile? I'm like, no. And then I finally seen 8 Mile and I was like, no, this is hard as fuck.
Yeah, so, the rap battles.
Yeah, everything. And then boom. And then I remember I started writing. So like it went from Eminem like when I was little. This is elementary school, and then I remember hearing DMX or something. Rest in peace, DMX. You know, that was.
Well, in the football, it was all like that kind of hip hop,
Yes.
like the shit that gets your blood pumping.
Yeah, God help. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
To get you right. Yes,
shit, yeah.
yes, exactly. And DMX, like, you know, like you felt his pain, like, you know what I mean. Rest in peace, like I said. But that was like, I would talk about the energy. Like that's one person that I can say like was my earliest influence ever. Like, you know what I mean. But you felt everything he was saying. Like, you know, he was sad, he was mad. Like he just brought so much intensity. You know what I mean. And told the story like. He's one of the few people that's not over there like trying, like, you know, talking about selling drugs to sell himself. Like he talks about like, you know, addiction, drugs, like, you know, females. Like what doesn't he rap about? Like, you know what I mean? Like so DMX, and then I got into Fort Minor. Remember the
Fort
name?
Minor.
I bought that album. I bought that album, bro. And then because we used to remember, and this is like how you're talking about regret.
I Miss You So, right?
Yes,
that song's hard.
Yeah, well, I like that whole album. That whole album has songs. Like Jay-Z speaks on that album for a little bit. Because remember they did Collision Course, and then like Linkin Park and Jay-Z, and that was one of the dopest. Like, you know, like that was a dope collab, bro.
I know.
Like I feel like that's underrated. I feel like people don't talk about it enough.
They don't.
You know,
it was crossing both, and it sounded so good.
Yes, it sounded amazing. And then like if you bought the album, like it came with the DVD, and it shows like the process of like them doing it. And it was really dope to watch. I don't know if you ever seen it.
I haven't seen the DVD.
You should, bro. I'll let you borrow it if you want. Fun. I'll let you borrow it if you want. I have it, bro. It's really cool because, you know, you just see it from both perspectives, like. And so Fort Minor, like, you know, and that's another one people make fun of me, like Fort Minor's one of your favorite rapper. But like the thing about Mike Shinoda is like he's I'm pretty sure he's half Japanese, right? Or
I don't know, to be honest.
You sound yeah. He knows over there. Shout out him.
Name's Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah. Shout out Brian. He knows. So he's like, no, because he has a song in on that Fort Minor album. Because, you know, I'm a Kenji. Yeah, Kenji. Yeah, you see, that's my guy right there, bro. It's hey, arriba. Hey, what's it called? Kenji. And he talks about like his grandpa being put in an internment camp, right? He talks into
the camera died? No, this one died.
Keep talking. All right. So he has this song Kenji, and you know me myself, I'm a first generation, right? So it's like I'm always gonna I'm gonna take everything to heart when it comes to the raza, you know, immigrants, all that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm a first generation, so it's just everything's always been a little bit different for me. I always had to work a little bit harder. You know, I always took pride in speaking Spanish, bro. But over here, like, you know, in the States, like there's a lot of people like, you know, like, oh, speak English, you're in America, or go back to Mexico, or no way, Jose, or things like that. You know, no problemo, like things like that. And those things like have always gotten to me. I'm like, bet, like I'm gonna still be myself, and I don't care who it bothers or doesn't. Like if you don't feel secure in yourself, like that speaks more on you than anybody. And I actually feel like I have that problem, bro, where I come around people and they feel a certain type of way, but just because I'm being myself, you know. And I feel like if you get insecure or bothered by the way I talk or the way I'm saying stuff, that has more to say on you than it does me. Like, cause I don't switch up, you know what I mean? Like I know there's people that could be like, oh, Sam this, Sam that, but like, can they be like, okay, but Sam acts a completely different way with somebody and then completely different with somebody else? You know what I mean? Like there's always like a time and a place to be like, I don't know, like I don't want to say aggressive, but like you're always gonna handle different situations differently. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna be relaxed in a hostile environment. You know what I mean? You're gonna be on go. You know what I mean?
So you're always you're always ready to go. Like you don't like. Are you always down to like? I don't know, like that. Because I feel like you're very outspoken. You don't let nothing like happen to you without you like
consenting,
stepping up.
Yeah,
you know, like you always step up and you always like bring things to attention.
Yes, I agreed. I am, but I also like right now, bro. Like, you know, I just turned 29 this past month, and I'm very like I had to find myself, like not my voice, but like how to like not doubt myself, you know, because I feel like self-doubt is one of the biggest confidence killers. Like, you know, like besides like everybody else, like the world, your parents, your friends, like people that tell you can't do something, I feel like self-doubt, your own self-doubt will give you will cripple you before anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't believe in yourself, like if you don't believe in your product, nobody else is going to. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. If you could be selling t-shirts, you could be selling water, whatever you sell, you know what I mean? Cannabis, whatever. If you don't believe in your product, nobody else will. But then you have people that like you're just like trying to promote your stuff or like, you know, fully get on, and they'll be like, they'll see something wrong with that. But yet those same people will go buy the newest Timberlands, jerseys, you know what I mean? Everybody's buying something. We all want to be like somebody.
And you're buying it because what people are going to say when you're wearing it.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Yes. You wear.
I know. I do that all the time. So for me, like regular clothes, like for work or for anything, I wear whatever. Like I buy my shit at Walmart, Target. All my pants are from Walmart. I have a Walmart shirts and Target shirts. Like I buy no logos, nothing. So I get a lot of free shit from people like artists or like
whoever.
Seafood Truck Park. Cause I help promoting, like the same thing you said. I love promoting. A lot of times I don't even get on social media. Like I'll get on and I'm there for 10 minutes and then I'm not, and I don't have my notifications off. So I don't get messages. I don't get anything. Because it was too distracting, bro. Like I'll be getting fucking follows. And likes and, you know,
everything.
So I turn it off. So I check it like 2, 3, 4 times a day. And I get on it for like 10 minutes.
Then hop off. Yeah.
And then hop off.
Yeah.
So
no, that phone, man, especially the IG, it's so easy just to like sit there and like do nothing. Like, oh, this is cool. You know what I mean? And you, like, because Instagram and like even Snapchat too, it's like you follow the people you like, you know what I mean? And the people you know. So it's like, oh, what are they up to? What are they posting? And then it goes like, you know, like Kanye. Like if you like Kanye, you're gonna watch. You know, I know he doesn't post like that, but you know what I mean?
Everybody.
Yeah, because you're looking at the people you know, and you're like, oh, that's cool, oh, that's dope, and then like, this person doing that, and even then, like, someone posts a picture, and it's like you just show love, you know, you double tap, and that's like just show love.
I do that all the time. Like I said, I'm not really on it so much, so I miss a lot of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot of shit I wish I didn't miss, you know, but I always tell people to like tag me or share shit with me. Like I just sometimes miss it, so. I like to share everybody, you know, whenever I get a chance. They're promoting something. I usually promote it if I see it, or at least definitely comment, like, whatever I can. Just because it's like, why not? Why not help somebody else?
Yes.
That little engagement could mean a lot to a lot of people. Could reach an extra customer.
A fan. Like anybody. Anything. Yes. No. And that's what the same thing with me sharing is like, I feel like, oh, no, like, check this out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it's the same way. You don't know who's watching. You know what I mean? Like, even if someone's like, you know, it's like if somebody's like, oh, Sam, I'm not a fan of you, but I'm a fan of Mills and Diggs. Like, I'm not going to take that like, oh, like, you should be a fan of me. Like, no, I'm going to take that as like, you're supporting to like my artist, you know what I mean? And at the same time, my brothers, like, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to be mad at that, you know what I mean? But what's it called? So Fort Minor, right? Because we got to finish this. Fort Minor, and then high school, Kanye became one of my biggest, like I from college dropout, late registration, graduation, like I was team Kanye for like ever, bro. And that's because like, you know, the term backpack rap, like, you know what I mean? And that's what I loved about Kanye, because like, you know, I know like out here it's obviously not Compton, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not Chirac, like, but we still have real things that happen out, you know, like we saw people dying, people getting shot, like everything, bro. Dropping out from school, teenage pregnant, everything. We have the same, you know what I mean? We have the same problems as anywhere else in the world. And then I just remember, like, you know, because I don't like that term backpack rap, but if that's what someone's going to call me, that's fine. But, you know, like, it's like, to me, as an artist, it doesn't matter where you're from. Like, I just feel like, or what your, like, your, you know, your background is, your lyrics should always matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and people don't have to agree. I don't, you know what I mean? People rap to rap, and I'm not going to be like, oh, that guy sucks because he just does that. You know what I mean? That's just him. You know what I mean? But if you're asking me, like, you know, there's always a difference between asking somebody, like, their opinion or something, but, or like, you know, or like, oh, I just don't like this, you know what I mean? And that's fine, like me, like, the whole bilingual rap. So, like...
Do you like to rap bilingual? Do you have any influences on, like, Spanish rappers?
Yeah, I was going to tell you that. So, Fort Minor, Kanye, and then Lil Wayne and Drake, and then, like I said, Cole and Kendrick, right? Like, it was just, like, a big mixture. Cause
yeah, you listen to a lot.
Yeah, because it's just, like, the more you know, but you're going to go with what you relate to the most, you know what I mean? And so then, like when you say I took a break, like I always take breaks, you know, like when I dropped my mixtape and then I disappeared, right? So that's like a constant. Like that's why everybody makes fun of me. Like they're like, yeah, you drop a song like every 2 years or something like that. You know, people throw me on that too, and that's fine. Like I know consistency is a big thing, you know what I mean? And that's why right now, like I'm working on a mixtape, The Bars and Barbacoa, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna drop it this month, probably this week, hopefully, and then next.
So what
week.
Is that project? I haven't.
The Bars and Barbacoa.
Yeah, you haven't told me about it.
I thought I could have sworn. I thought you picked on a poll because I made a poll and they were like voting for the name. I could have sworn. I could be tripping.
No, yeah, I did vote.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know what it was.
It's a mixtape. It's a mixtape because I did my mixtape about 2012, 2013. I did my first mixtape, Hold Up. And then now this is just like another mixtape. It's just other instrumentals, you know, by other artists. And then like I got Mills on there, I got Diggs on there, I got
That's cool. That sounds cool.
Yeah. It's just like no ceilings, you know, like, you know, because remember, like when we were growing up, the mixtape game was crazy. Like you could become a full blown artist or signed from a mixtape, you know. Drake almost won a Grammy off of, like, you know, was it Thank Me Later, So Far Gone. That was a mixtape, bro. You know what I mean? And we were growing up, like, Cole dropped mixtapes, Kendrick dropped mixtapes. Like, it was the thing to do. So I'm just dropping that because I had like 4 or 5 songs already done, and I was like, why not just make it a full project? You know what I mean? Like, show the people like where I'm at, and it's been so long since I dropped, so
Yeah.
I want to drop that. And it's just that, bro, just rapping on different instrumentals, and then like making it more musical than, like, you know, just not just rapping, like there's actual songs. You know what I mean? Like, you can be like, oh, this one's cool, this one's that, this one's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, hear different styles.
Exactly, yeah. And then so that's gonna come out very soon. I've been like prolonging it, like you know, like for too long. And then right now I'm working at the index room for my album. It's gonna be called Yo Hablo Rap. And then I'm working that at the index room, and then I'm gonna debut that next month, right before what does he say? June 15th they're gonna stop with the restrictions and allow indoor performing and all that stuff. That's what I was reading.
I haven't kept.
That's what I was reading. That's the last update I get, so I could be wrong on that too. But that's the last thing I read. June 15th. Yeah. So I'm just want to get performing again. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get vaccinated first and then go.
There's people performing here too at the food park. Yeah. On the weekends, bro. I know Mills performed here.
Yeah, I remember. I was.
You were working.
Yeah. I couldn't make it. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, no wonder. Damn, that sucks.
And then I always have people that like they're at risk, high at risk with COVID. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to risk it as well. So
you don't want to be exposed.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever? Oh, you had COVID.
Yeah. It was done, yeah.
When was it?
August.
Well, didn't we get it
around the same time? Yeah. You got time. and then who else had it? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, then I got it like right
Izzy.
after. Yeah, Izzy. Yeah. So yeah, you got it, Izzy, and then I got it right after. Damn, and then that's when crazy. I was like 4 months, like, and that's why I didn't stay. I could have got out of quarantine for like a week later, but I didn't want to risk people, bro. So I was in my room going crazy for like a month.
For us, just isolated.
Like, I didn't even. Well, remember, I was on bed rest, and then
that's what a lot of people have suffered. Like, millions of people, like people in big city apartments, where it's just like
they're in their apartment all day stuck. And working at home. I mean, they may be working, but they're still just at home,
not getting any sunlight,
anything.
And there's just, I can't even imagine. My cousin, he's from Chicago. He said the first few months of quarantine, he was going crazy because he was just all in his room. And then he says like his back, the window is like another building. So it's just shade. Yeah, it was shade.
Yeah, the sun doesn't hit
just working from home. He works for Uber.
Okay.
He works for the corporation of Uber. So he, I guess Uber is more than just like a ride sharing and like food stuff. They actually do logistics. So like there'll be ships coming in and the cargo has to go to a store or whatever. And they kind of work that whole thing. So they're also they do a different stuff. And he works all day, like online.
Of course.
So he took a 3-month vacation right now. He went to Michoacan for a month. He came here to the Valley for a month. And then he went back to Michoacan for a month. And then he's going to go back to Chicago. So he missed all the Chicago winter. He got away from all the snow.
Everything.
He was here in the nice
desert. Not the bad weather, but like cold weather.
Cold weather, he says it sucks over there. Like, you can't do shit.
Well, it's the East Coast. The East Coast cold is a completely different animal, man.
So that dude just decided to... remote work from home, so that's kind of cool that people have the ability to do that. Just go anywhere you want, just as long as you get the work done.
I was reading that about the Twitter employees too. Like I saw an interview a while back on the news, and it was like, I don't know if it was like Entertainment Weekly or something, but it was on the TV. I was at a dentist office, and they were saying something like that. The Twitter employees, they work from home too, but they're like, how's things working? It's like, oh, everything's great. If they want to stay working at home, they can, even after the pandemic. And I was like, dang, that's
I heard about crazy. That. A lot of people are talking about doing hybrid.
Yeah,
like maybe you come into the office, like you could 2 days out of the week, and whenever you want, or maybe I feel like that's how most work should be if you're able to do that. Depends on the situation. Yeah. Like, I can't do that. I have to go to work.
Yeah, of course you have to be on site. Yeah, that's a whole different.
But it's like if you did one of them jobs, it's like, why not have like only set this time for once a month? I think that would be fair. Like a meeting, some important thing that you have to be there. But like more than once a month, unless it's like maybe the managers have to kind of be there more. But as long as you get everybody does their work, like there's no point of having the big ass building.
You don't have to,
for all that
paying
shit.
AC, lights, electricity, all that, and then good companies, because like I'm a big believer. Like I'm anti, capitalism and major corporations, but to me, if you're gonna do that, be like Costco. You know what I mean? Like, care about your employees. Like, you know what I mean? Like have a formula. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. Like, okay, you're paying for the lights and the AC and all that, but like provide lunch for your employees every once in a while. Free water bottles or like the gallons of water. Like, you know what I mean? And all that costs obviously, but I mean, you are.
I was working at Amazon. How do you guys get treated there?
treated.
Was it like they say on fucking social media? Or was it actually whatever?
What did they say? Like, what did you read? And I'll tell you.
Okay, so I'm always reading on social media like strikes because they're like slaves and that like they gotta pay them more and this.
No,
and that.
I personally, I could see that because, bro, you literally like. I don't know about my location. Like, I've met people that went to other locations and they're like, oh, it's completely different. Like, it's a fun atmosphere and stuff. But, like, where I worked, bro, like, look, me, bro, like, you talking about, like, how, like, easy I can, like, talk to people, blend in. Like, I didn't have a friend till, like, my second week working there, bro. Like, nobody talked to me, bro. Like, and I don't know if it was just that location. And people that came to my location from, like, or, like, they had transferred before I met them, they would say, like, no, it's not like here. Like, the other employee, you talk, everybody messes around. Like, it's like everybody's sad that they're there, bro. Like, nobody wants to talk. Like, you know what I mean? And I would make homies. Like, I would make homies. Like, what's up? Da, da, da. And I would talk to anybody who listen, things like that. But, yeah, no, it's so full. So, like, I would say, oh, well, the thing, like, that whole, like, slave thing is because, bro, and I don't know how they get this. You know, Amazon, if you come after me for after saying this, just know I'm ready, all right? So, just, you know what I mean? Food, they're rich,
Don't
bro.
Charge me for
They'll
that
get
fucking...
me. No, I'm just saying, bro. They can send people. They're like the feds, bro. He's rich, man. But they have mandatory overtime. Like, you have no choice but to go. Like, you literally not. Like, you have to go to mandatory overtime is the thing.
That's crazy.
And like, so you get your 5 days, right? Like, okay, so I'm gonna tell this. What I tell everybody. So like, the pros work in Amazon, you get 40 hours guaranteed, bro. Like, no matter how slow or busy it is, you get those 40 weeks. Even if the day drags and you're doing nothing, like, you get your 40 hours. Then you get full health benefits for dental benefits, and if you need eye optometry, you get those. And then you get to pick your schedule: 9 to 5:30, 9:15 till 9:45. You get a school, or there's graveyard and this and that, right? And like the pay, they start you off better at $15, I believe, and you get paid weekly. You know what I mean? So that's cool. But then, like I'm saying, you like, bro, you literally do the same thing every day. Like, if you're packaging, you're gonna package things every day. Like, you pick from a chute and you just pick all that stuff and and then you next day you do it again, and you're just stuck there doing that. And then you got picking, and you pick all the stuff and you put them in the trays for those people. And I worked at this thing called Jackpot, and that was fun because like everybody would leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're literally doing stuff. So it's like you got to scan stuff. Put it on this like it's a track, like a belt line. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the belt line.
Yeah. So it's what
is there like a certain amount of packages that you have to handle per minute per hour?
So that's what they say, right? But they never they never approached me. Like, I was always waiting for them to be like, Sam, you're slow, and I was gonna be like, yeah, I know, I don't care. Like,
you take your time with shit.
Yeah, so you don't pay me enough to be like you know what I mean? Like oh my god, because bro, you're standing all day. Like, how's your back? How's your back not gonna hurt? You know what I mean? Like, so your back, bro, my back would get stiff, and I'm like, like walking around trying to do stuff, bro. I would, like, you know how we ran the stairs in high school? Yeah. There's like stairs you go, and I would always like sprint up them just so I could get my body like, you know, like circulating, like, but no, bro, like, your back hurts, like, and like I'm telling you, do the same thing. So for me, it was like more mentally and everything, and I feel like I'm very mentally tough, bro. And I don't know if it's the pandemic or what, but like, I did not want to go back to that place, bro. And it was a drive for me. It was like an hour drive back and forth. You know
where
what I mean?
Was it at?
Beaumont.
Oh, in Beaumont.
Yeah, don't come for me, Amazon.
Oh. And how many people work there?
A lot, bro. A lot.
Really?
Yes, bro. Like, so, there's like I guess there's like 4 stories, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm guessed because I've never been plus the first floor, bro. But there's 4 stories, and there's like, yeah, all those other stories are full of
people.
Yeah.
How many people were per like story or like floor?
Okay, so like it depends how many lines. Like, for when Christmas, bro, like every line has like at least 12 people, bro. And then you got the people picking, and it's like 2, 2, 2. So that's already 6. So say if you got 10 and 2, 2, that's 16 per one wall. Then you got another wall. So this is like 32, 48. Like, you're already doing like there's at least 200 people in like the packing. Like, you know what I mean?
Per
like,
shift and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Like and then like you have lunch rooms, right? And like it's weird because like certain areas you don't get service, and it's like you don't get service to begin with at this location, but then like on my lunch, come on, bro, I need it. You know what I mean? Like,
Wi-Fi.
I need to talk to. Yeah, they did, but like I was always like, what if they look at my stuff? You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was just like, I don't want Amazon, my place of employment, to be like, oh, you sent this stuff on Instagram, like, you know what I mean? But no, there's Wi-Fi, but then like, you know, just regular text though, like whether it be my parents or just like anybody.
No
just,
signal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would have to go outside or like be in the specific lunchroom where like there was like a cafeteria, and that was cool too. Like they had like chocolates and like micro like hot pockets, and that was cool. It wasn't too expensive, but it like I'm saying, at least you have food. You didn't have to like go like down the street, like, you know what I mean? Because because it would like the closest thing to you was like 10 minutes if you're lucky, and then drive through and then come back. Like how long are you gonna have to eat on 30-minute lunch?
Yeah,
like, you know,
true.
eat while you drive. I'm like, but no, but I get that because like the thing that's messed up. So you start acquiring PTO, right? The moment you start at Amazon, you start acquiring PTO, and their PTO is nice. You get like
what's that?
Paid time off.
Okay.
So then you say after a month you'll probably have almost a full shift of PTO like to use. So like if you you have that 8 hours and say like, oh, I want to have 3 days off this week. Boom, you use your PTO, and then boom, you work 4 days instead of 5.
Yeah.
So, and then, but the thing is like that mandatory overtime bullshit, and it's bullshit because if you don't go to mandatory overtime, they'll take away your PTO. So like whatever you have saved, like they'll take that away.
Okay.
So you have no choice but to be there, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, tell me, like, if your boss, like, if you're off, you know you're off. But your boss is like, I know your line of work is no tenemos que trabajar sábado. You know, we got to work Saturday. That's fine. But, like, to be like, you have no choice, though, you know what I mean? Like, I get it if you're
But it sounds like you do have a choice because they're taking away your rewards points, basically.
Well,
like
okay, but hold on. You're saying you have a choice. But if you have no PTO and then you don't go to your mandatory overtime, you have this other time that's, it's your regular, like, it's pretty much like sick time, or it's like you're, like, if you did a no call, no show. So it'd be like say you have 20 hours. And then like if you're at Amazon, if you're more than 5 minutes late, they take away one of those hours. Like that's what it is. So like say you have 20, right? And then I'd be late. I'm not going to lie. I don't got nothing to lie about. I was late. So they would take it. So it'd go down 19, 18, like every time I was late. So then if you say it goes down to 8, right? And then I did another no call, no show. Well, there's a full shift. So those 8 hours, not just 1 hour, those 8 hours get taken away. So then you become in the negative the next time you're 5 minutes late or you're off. So imagine mandatory overtime. You can't make it for whatever reason. And then you go in the red. You lose your job, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy.
All because you were forced to be there, though. Not because you missed your shift. You had to work that mandatory.
And how long do you work for extra time? Like how long were the shifts?
So for overtime, they give you an option of 30 minutes or 2 hours, so no longer than 10. But that was for me. But I know people have probably done longer shifts. Oh no, yeah, because 2 hours. So that mandatory overtime is just another 8-hour day. So you'd work 48 hours. But then like in season, like they ask you like, do you want to work overtime today? Like half an hour, 2 hours. So if you were to do 2 hours every day, that's 10. You know what I mean? So you'd be like 50 hours, and then that overtime, that's 60 hours. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I think I read that you're not allowed to work more than 70 hours in a week at Amazon, because then I think they got to pay you a whole different amount or whatever.
Yeah, it just keeps compounding.
Yeah, something like that.
And how long do you last in the
in that prison, bro? In that prison, I say that, bro, because I really think about how little I lasted there, bro. Because I was done, bro. Like holiday season, like I was there 6 days a week. Like, you know, I was 6 days a week there, so it was not like, oh yeah, no, like, you know, 1 day off and then right back to. I'm telling you, like, bro, literally, if you have something that says put this in place A and B, you're gonna put that place A and B for the next hour, and then the next hour, and then the next hour. You know what I mean? That's literally what you do there.
And then you didn't switch like your jobs?
I did, and that's why I'm telling you, when I moved to Jackpot, it was a little bit better because I actually had things to do. But in retrospect, I still did the same thing every day. It was just a new like package. Mm-hmm. Like Jackpot, I used to scan totes, and then I would direct them to the they have different sections. Like, you know, priority shipping. Like, think about that.
Do you ever know what the items are?
Yeah, I see them. If you want to talk about it, I have pictures and stuff too. Don't come for me, Amazon.
Nah, don't show pictures.
No, but
so you can see what people are shipping.
You know what was? You're gonna laugh, and this is like I know this is gonna be funny. I hope when people hear this, but bro, they would always, because I would get the damaged stuff, and then like things that needed to get redirected, and I would have to find where they went. So it's kind of, and then bro, I found like mugs, jerseys, like not like crazy like NFL jerseys, but just like team apparel,
anything, yeah.
And then they remember one time, bro, not one time, like 3 or 4 times, I got those fake female body parts. Yeah, bro.
You took this home?
Heck no, bro.
He's
They
like,
would have
sorry,
got
bro,
me.
your
They would have
package
got me.
lost.
The security, bro. You gotta walk through a damn like. You can't go without scanning your badge. So like, there's like security looking at you.
Oh, there's a lot of security there?
I don't know about a lot, but there's a few. Like, there's a few.
People
Like,
ever steal something or no?
I don't know. I didn't, but
You
what's
probably
it?
get caught super fast. Huh?
They
got hella cameras and shit. Or?
Yes and no, because I didn't like. I would look for them, but I was like, I never stole because I was just like, my check's not worth whatever I'm gonna steal. You know what I mean? Because if it was like, damn iPhones, like, you know what I mean? If it was like, oh, like I can get something that I can flip, sure, you know what I mean? But there was never like nothing.
Just a
like,
small little.
yeah,
items.
exactly. Or like that thing I told you, the the sex toy. You know what I mean? Like it's
I
like
don't know what you mean, bro. what are you talking about? Corrupting my.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mind.
You're right. Damn. But yeah, no. Yeah, but you see everything, but like nothing was worth stealing. Is what I'm saying. Like nothing I came across was like, oh, I need this or I need that. Like it was just like, I could buy it. I could buy any. It's Amazon, bro. Like you know what I mean. Like, 2-day shipping with Prime, and then like everything's cheap already. So it's like.
Yeah, no, Amazon's great. I love buying shit from Amazon. Just so much convenience, but I know I don't have a problem with like. I think Amazon. It's like necessary. Because it's just that the way the world's gonna be.
The world is now.
It's gonna be drones in the future delivering packages and sorting shit out too. So now it's like where are people gonna be working?
That's what. But that's also like I'm asking because in my opinion I think that's bad because we always need like, I mean how many like even with Uber, bro, when I call support, like, I mean some of the people don't like speak English very fluently and it's hard to like convey my point, you know what I mean? And even as for a supervisor, and it's still the same thing. Like I don't like that. So if we're going to a like and in the beginning before you can even speak to an agent, like it's press 1 for this, and it always tries to do you the facts, frequently asked questions or like issues, and that's like everywhere, bro. And I don't want to be going to a future to where I can't talk to somebody just to fix my problem. Like that's you know what I mean? That's
gonna get to that point.
But bro. That's retarded, bro. Like you know what I mean? Sorry, that's stupid. That's. It's just idiotic to me. It's like, what's the point of that? Like, I will always rather deal with a person. Even fast food, bro. I don't want no machine. I mean, maybe McDonald's, if they ever get a machine that's like, oh, give me 5 ketchups, and they'll give me 5 ketchups without an attitude. You know what I mean? Like
that's definitely the biggest complaint drive-thrus.
Yeah, no, because I don't get
stingy.
I don't get why they get so mad.
They're
bro.
So stingy with sauces everywhere.
But what I want to know is that like a company policy, and that's why they all do it. Okay, yeah, because I'm always like, can I already put some in the bag? And I'm like, I didn't ask you if you put some in my bag.
It's like if I worked at McDonald's, bro, you want more ketchup?
I would toss like, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever you want, bro.
The worst is when you go to Del Taco, hey, let me give me a lot of sauces, and they give you 4. I'm like, bro, that's like 1 taco, dog.
Or like the same thing, Del Taco, you like, can I get sauce? And you're like, Del Inferno, and then they give you a handful of everything instead of just giving you like
all the tomato ones.
Yeah, because I only like I
like the spicy shit.
I only get ketchup and Del Inferno. I don't like the Scorcho. The Scorcho just tastes weird to me.
No, the Inferno's the best.
Yes, yeah, because it has the most taste. The Scorcho just tastes like it doesn't even taste like Tapatio. It tastes like Tapatio was just sitting out all day. It just tastes weird to me.
It's too much flavor on that one, but
yeah, and it's not even spicy. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it tastes weird. Like, and then you get like enchiladas, or you get all like spiced out, but it's not good. Like, you know what I mean?
On Amazon, so you get to pick your hours, and even on the weekends too, or so you pick your 5 days, however you want.
No, you don't pick your 5 days. You pick the days you have off, and you work every other day. And that's the other thing too, bro. Like I'm telling you, get the negative hours, and then they let you go. If you get in that negative threshold, you can't request a day off. Like that's not your day off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, from COVID, my friend was telling me, because I made a few friends, or she was telling me that she had a doctor's note, so they excused her day off. Like she was able to go home and stuff. But like if you have a doctor's like appointment or dentist, whatever appointment you had, it has to be on your day off.
Okay, so you can't just call off.
Exactly, because like I said, then you get those negative out. But that's dumb, bro. Because a funeral, you can't
control a lot.
They have something set up for funeral. I will say that they do have that. But what I'm saying is that you can't control. Like, what if your car breaks down?
Transformers outside and shit.
Hey, bro, is Amazon ready to come for me, or
they're trying to break through the door? Amazon, you guys hear that shit, bro? They can't. Jeff Bezos is outside,
I'll take back anything I said. Jeff Bezos, run me my fade, bro. I don't care. Everybody run me my fade.
All right. Well, Sam, I think we'll end it here because there's construction going on.
Okay, well, real quick, got to answer the question. So from Kanye, then Drake, Kendrick, all the like Big Crit, because now I got to answer that question before we're done. So that was like, then I just started rapping myself, and then like I dropped the mixtape, I do all this and that, and then take another break, and then just like try. But I keep like, even if I take a break, I'm always constantly working, like my freestyling, bro. Like I think you've heard me freestyle before, right? Yeah, like my freestyling is just like I don't question it ever. Like it's just I'm at this point where I'm like I don't question what I do or say now, but I would always be practicing on my craft, practicing on this and that, writing on my lyrics. Like there's so much like songs I wrote that I don't even like. I use my phone now. But like all that, I got it on my system just so I could become a better rapper. If that makes sense. Like it's old stuff. It's good. I mean, good. But like if it was good to me then, it's not good to me now. Like it's okay to me now. You know what I mean? But that just speaks of evolution and growth. You know what I mean? So then later in the 2000s, from like 2015, 2020, well, Cap G came out and he was just saying like, I think he has a song called like "Fuck La Policia." I don't know if you ever heard it, but like, oh well, that's like the hook, and he's talking like, and he says "way," you know what I mean? And like he used a lot of Spanish slang, and that's like what got me. And then Snow the Product, hands down one of my favorite rappers and biggest influences, and that's like my biggest like.
I like Snow the Product.
Yeah, Snow the Product, Cab G, King Lil G, another one. Mm-hmm. Like there were people that were using both bilingual words, and that inspired me to like even be more true to myself, because I didn't even think about that. I always think like, who's that gonna appeal to? Who's gonna want to listen to me? Because I constantly, you know what I mean? Come on, like it's hard enough to be like Mexican or Latino and rap, and then like to people take you seriously, you know what I mean? But now look at the new wave, bro. Latinos everywhere. Bad Bunny, Karol G, like you know what I mean? It's everywhere now. But like when we were growing up,
those traps because they sing in English too.
Exactly. And tell me, growing up, that it was cool, bro. Because I got called words, like a bunch of words, paisa, this and that. You know what I mean? But like, and then like being Latino and rapping, like our own people are like, oh, that's not your music, or you know what I mean? Like things like that. Like, you know what I mean? I got people would tell me you're acting black. I'm like, how do you act black, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like you could hip hop, sure, but like, like they would tell me things like that.
No, it definitely has changed, and that's a good opportunity for bilingual because it's a lot of support now.
Now it's exactly. Like, and that's when I was like, then I just started freestyling, and then I started writing like on Soul Glow too. You know what I mean? Like that's when that's how I write. And from now on, whenever I can incorporate Spanish, I do it as much as possible.
Yeah, I like So Good. I like your verse.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I said one of my, that was like literally like, that's around like when I first started, and now I do it all the time.
Like ahora soy champion.
Like my name's Canelo.
Yeah, no, I don't know the whole lyrics, but
no, yeah, a lot of people say that to me, that line, like they're like,
that sounds good. No, yeah, bro, it's I can't wait to hear your new project. I haven't heard music from you for, like you said, every fucking 5 years, bro. You drop,
yeah, I know.
You drop one every 5 years.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, we got Bars and Barbacoa this week. I promise, all of mi gente. And then right before we start performing again, Yo Hablo Rap is what I'm gonna call my debut album. So, but like I said, big shout out to James Atkins, Darnell and Tracy Reed, who helped me like when I was young with rapping. Familia Graphics, Familia Graphics. Omar Dominguez. He does the zeros, like the lowriders, and he has the shop at the mall. The t-shirt. So that's my guy.
Probably don't know him, but
okay, yeah.
Kind of sounds familiar.
Okay, no, big shout out to him. He's supported me since I was like, and Dialect, Roland G Productions, that's my other guy too. And then, like I said, one last time, shout out to Index Room, because we're going live there. Like, bro, it's a good experience. Like, if you're a local artist, like, you should check out the Index Room. Like, it's dope, bro. Like, it's professional, fun. Yeah, exactly. No, I love it. Like, then Crooks, dope. Trey, everything, Angie, everybody there is like, it's dope.
Yeah, no, yeah. Can't wait, bro. Where can people follow you one more time before we take off?
Wait, say my thing?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
It's your Instagram, bro.
Yeah, okay. Yo, it's Samurai G, and on Snapchat, Ordinary1992. Link in with us, Kingdom Dreams, you know what I mean? Angel, thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate you. Shout out Brian. Know what I'm talking about this whole time. But no, thank you. This meant a lot to me, bro. Like, I've been waiting to do this, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it one more time. We'll get Mills. And,
let's get the Kingdom Dreams podcast. We'll
get everybody here, just hanging out.
And shout out Izzy and Justino, because they're newest members to Kingdom Dreams. So
those fools, they've been in the podcast a few times. So. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share it with your hands.
Saludos, mi gente.